Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Hopefully everyone can hear me tonight. Hopefully the audio is working well. Let me take off the video. It's just so I can see if my audio is working. I like this music. It's good. All right. Looks like my audio is working. Let me say hello to everybody. Looks like we've got some folks in already. Got my wonderful mod team in early tonight. Welcome in, Nutty. 1 second here. Let me get myself acquainted. Welcome in, Nutty. Yes, I think it's going to be a good one tonight. We've got a lot of fun video. And hopefully my audio should be better. I think I figured out the solution to that. So from here on out, any audio problems, they hopefully aren't my fault. Welcome in, Lady Nighthawk. Welcome in. Yes, please hit that like button if you're enjoying the show. Please subscribe. I'm pleased to say my subscriber percentages have definitely gone up. For a long time, like more than half my viewers were not subscribed, and now most of them are. So that's awesome to hear. I'm glad to hear that you folks are enjoying the show. Welcome in, Fiona's mom. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Yes, indeed. What's up, Nora? Nora Lizu Pondu. Oh, that's such a cute little kitten you got there. That's adorable. Yes, hit that frickin' bell. I think that's what you meant. Well, welcome in, Hannibal. Glad to have you tonight. Hope you're having a good night, man. Thank you for coming in. Indeed. Welcome in, Nancy. Welcome in. Hopefully you're having a good night. All right. Yeah, we got the mod team in early. We decided to start a little bit earlier tonight. Just because I'm on the East Coast. For me, I tend to get tired a little bit earlier. I know some of you folks are on the West Coast. It's kind of early for you. Welcome in, Mouse Toes. Yes, likes are free. They're free and they're much appreciated. During keyboard, cat versus keyboard, woman versus keyboard. Oh, and also I should mention a link. Anybody is interested in linking a video. I should take off the starting soon because we're basically starting. Links. That's also free, and that helps the channel a lot. If anybody has a social media account, whether it's a Instagram or a Facebook or a Twitter or an X or just whatever, if you enjoy the video, you have some friends who you think might enjoy it as well, I'd much appreciate linking it. That is a really easy way to get out the info. Yeah, so thank you everyone so much. Welcome in. All right, let me get everybody else welcomed in. Let me talk about the content for tonight. Welcome in, Freedom D. Oh, did I miss Blue Eyes? Where are you, Blue Eyes? There you are. Hey, Blue Eyes, I hope you're having a good night. Welcome in. And if I do miss anybody, my apologies. Welcome in, Freedom. Freedom D takes the cake. Hope you're having a great night. And that does look like tasty cake you got there. All right, so hopefully, if I miss anybody, my apologies. And anyone watching the replay, welcome into you as well. Welcome into any lurkers. I guess I'll mention it more in a minute, but I finally have something I wanted to announce, a bit of a plan on how to do memberships for this channel. I know I talked about it for a while, how I didn't want to do the memberships through YouTube. I wanted to do them through an external site. Well, I finally figured out a way to do that, and I think give people some extra bonuses that I think they'll enjoy. Yes, so I've been in the process. I talked to, and this isn't, nobody's, let me rephrase that. I realized the other day that there might be some interest in a community where people can get together. They can talk about fitness, talk about nutrition, recipes, things like that. So I thought about building a Discord of some kind. Welcome in, Spooky Muse. Hello. I was thinking about setting up a Discord of some kind for people on the channel to use. And the way I was thinking of doing it is I can make it if anybody wants to get a membership to the channel, that includes a membership in the Discord. Because the biggest issue with Discord, anybody who's used Discord knows that the biggest issue with Discord is spammers, trolls, and drama, at least in my experience. And by having a fee to join, even if it's not a large one, even if it's just something very small, I haven't decided how much to make it, that usually limits that problem. I don't know exactly how I'm going to set it up, but I think that would be a really great way to give memberships to the channel. And instead of just getting some emotes, you get access to a Discord. I think that would be, because I think that would be a cooler benefit, at least something that I could offer. Discord. Yeah. Welcome in, Dora. Welcome in, excuse me. Yeah, Discord. You like Discord, Duddy. Okay. You get lost in Discord. It's all right, Blue Eyes. It's and the other thing I was going to offer is I know that YouTube offers a alert when somebody subscribes. And I was thinking something that I could do better than that is I was going to make a placard and put it up at the beginning and the end of every show with the name of everybody who's a member. So that way, instead of YouTube announcing people when they resubscribe, I will just put up a list with everybody's name who's a member at the beginning and the end of every stream. And I think that would be a good way to recognize everybody. And this also, and then I could justify doing more content. I would like to also do like an extra show every month. And I'm thinking what I could do is I could make it, everybody will get to see the show, but I'm thinking maybe offer it earlier, like a week early to people who are members or something, like offer them a little bonus. I don't know. I'm still in the phase. If anybody has any suggestions, something you'd like to see, let me know. I'm just still discorded, not deadcord. I think you meant deadcord. Oh, dadcord. Oh, all right. I get you now. Yes. And so the way I'm going to do it is this. If you become a member of the channel, you get a recognition, you get your name in the list of members as a channel supporter, and you get access to the Discord. So that way, if you don't want to use the Discord, you get your name on the list. And if you don't want your name on the list, you still get the Discord. If you want both, you get both. But either way, you'll get at least something out of it. And that way, I don't have to offer it through YouTube. So that way, if YouTube decides to mess with my account or something, the memberships aren't going. They're not going to. I'm not going to have to worry about what happens with all that. Oh, thank you so much, Mouse Toes. All right, so that was what I wanted to mention, everybody. Don't worry, Fiona's mom. I actually, I'm going to set it up I'm going to intentionally set it up to make it very easy for everybody, and I'm going to do like an orientation. I think, you know something, if there's a few people here who are not familiar with Discord, what I could do. Oh, welcome in, Kitty J. Welcome in, Sunshine Country Chickens. Welcome in, Detective Coaches. I forgot to welcome everybody in. Welcome in to anybody I missed. I know I got a little distracted there if I missed anyone. Faster than the speed of lasers. You like that? All right. Well, I got an idea. It seems like we have people all over the place, people familiar with Discord, people who are interested, and people who are don't have experience. What I could do is I could offer like an orientation, maybe once a month or once every 2 months or something. We'll figure something out to help people understand how to use it. It's basically and part of the reason also I want to do members only is because if people are going to be talking about their diet and their nutrition, I want people to feel, comfortable talking. And if anybody in the world can come in, people aren't going to be as comfortable to share. So that's kind of why I like doing the member Discord. I think it makes sense. And I just have to figure out the details, but I know how to set it up, and I'm going to be setting it up over the next week. So if anybody has any suggestions or anything, just let me know. But that's my plans. Okay, so let's get down to the content. Enough introductions. Let's get to the content. Welcome in, everybody. And thank you, everybody, for coming in. I apologize I missed anyone. So hopefully everybody has had a good week. I am pleased to say that Glitter and Lasers seems like she has had a bit of a reality check. That's what I've titled the stream, or at least I've titled my placard here, Reality Checks for All. And if you look at the picture, who do you see? You see Glitter and Lasers on the right with the treadmill, and on the left you see Chantel. And she's crying because is she really going to be able to go to Canada? Can she? Can't she? She's already reversed herself twice. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're not going to talk about Chantel as much as because there's just not quite as much going on, but we're going to cover some clips. But the big story tonight is anybody who's been watching the last few weeks, I've been covering Glitter and Lasers. I, for a long time, think that hasn't been serious about her exercise program that she's been showing. I've been presenting my opinion as to why. I've also been presenting just her own content. She saying that I think she's going to get injured. Pardon for getting sidetracked. That's what I think is going to happen. So let me put on some videos here. Let me start off, or let me finish teasing that. My apologies. So she just got a video. She just went to see some professional physical trainers, personal trainer types at a place called Running Lab. She went to go find out, is she qualified to be a runner? She wants to run a 5K. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but I'll just say they gave her a reality check. And I think you're all going to really enjoy seeing it. I think so. Yes, and I hope everybody. Oh, Kitty J. Yes, hopefully you're doing a little bit better every week. That's what I want to hear, right? Hopefully you're doing. Hopefully you're having a good progress. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start off with just a little funny video of Chantel, very short one here. This one is from Perfectly Imperfect, I believe. Let me check. Yes, this is from Perfectly Imperfect.
Foodie Beauty, aka Everyday Miriam, just dropped a video with a very big announcement. Let's find out what she has to say.
So, as you can tell from the title or from the thumbnail, I have a huge announcement. I am.
We got it now, Nutty. Yeah, sorry about that. Took a moment.
That I'm going back to Canada.
So she's pretty sure she's going back.
I didn't mean to talk over that. So this is Chantel. Anybody who's not caught up with Chantel, I know a lot less people have been watching her lately. And I think you've made the right decision to not watch her as much because there hasn't been as much going on. This is kind of the big news from the last week. Chantel said she's going back to Canada. Then she kind of changed her mind. Then she kind of changed it again all at once. But anyway, this is a clip from the video when she announced it. Let me put the link in the chat from Perfectly Imperfect.
I am pretty sure that I'm going back to Canada.
So she's pretty sure she's going back to Canada. But I thought she would never ever set foot in Canada ever again.
God, it's so.
So now we're going to get a clip from the history. All right. Oh, you know what, Hannibal, I should be able to make it over at least for a little bit. If nothing else, I'll be at least able to come by and watch some of it. But yeah, definitely. And I'll be sending people over there after I'm done with the show here tonight. I'll happily be sending everyone over there. So after party over at Hannibal's tonight, right? Smacking and chewing is off the chain. Welcome in Nirvana. Yes, Fiona's mom. I have, in my opinion, Chantel's biggest and maybe grossest mukbang of the year. We're going to be watching some of that, not the whole thing, because it's kind of disgusting. But we're going to be watching some of it at least. Like Vizzini, is that from a play? I'm not familiar with the name, detective. You gotta. I feel ignorant. I don't know who Vizzini is. Welcome in, Joanna. Welcome in, Maggie. She chews soup more than she chews any other food. She actually does. She does. That's weird when you think about it, but she does chew her soup. All right, let's let it run. So anybody who's missed the intro, Chantel just announced that she's going back to Canada. This is a clip from the Perfectly Imperfect channel. Great channel. Definitely check it out. This is a old clip of Chantel from back when she was last in Canada. What did she have to say?
So stupid. Like, what the fuck? This is the last stupid shit I'm addressing because once I'm gone, you're all going to have fuck all. And I can't wait. I can't wait for you to be out of my life, out of my country. Like, I'm gone. See you. And I don't have to come back ever this time. I don't have to travel. I don't have to do anything. So that's it. I'm gone forever. Like, I hate this town. I hate it. I hate the people. I hate a lot of the people here. And I'm so glad that I'm getting the fuck away again. Like, I would rot here. I would die with I can't.
All right. So Chantel, she wasn't really, welcome in Toys R Us, kid. She wasn't really, and welcome into anybody I missed. I may have missed a few people tonight. And welcome into anybody watching the replay. Very much appreciated. Please leave a like if you're enjoying the content and leave a comment if you're watching the replay. Let me know what you think about Chantel's reversing herself. All right. So Vizzini is a character from Princess Bride. Okay. I've seen that movie. Was he the short guy or was that who he was? Let's see here. All right, so let's let it play. Yeah, this was less than 3 months ago, Joanna. Very well. I mean, very true. Very good point. It was barely 3 months ago. Could she have sounded any more a dead set? Yeah, she's really going wild. Visa hop coming up soon. Great point, Nutty. Excellent point. Foodie is going to have to go somewhere soon just because of her visa situation. Welcome in, McGeezy. Welcome in, Crab Apples. Yeah, Kidney J. She really, I mean, the language, I'm going to give a language warning because there's just a lot of, a lot of profanity, a lot of rude language. But I think it's almost worth hearing this again because let's let this run one more time. This is so short. This is Perfectly Imperfect's video. I'm going to start it from the beginning because a bunch of people had just come in. It's only a minute long. I'm going to let it run.
Or from the thumbnail. I have a huge announcement.
Huge announcement.
I am pretty sure that I'm going back to Canada.
So she's pretty sure she's going back to Canada. But I thought she would never ever set foot in Canada ever again.
No problem.
God, this is so stupid. Like, what the fuck? This is the last stupid shit I'm addressing because once I'm gone, you're all gonna have fuck all, and I can't wait. I can't wait for you to be out of my life, out of my country. Like, I'm gone. See you, and I don't have to come back ever this time. I don't have to travel. I don't have to do anything. So that's it. I'm gone for.
Okay, and one other thing. I didn't mean to interrupt it in the middle, but just what she said there. I never have to come back. I never have to travel again. What does she mean by that? Was she just talking out of her booty, or was she like, did she actually think that she had some kind of permanent visa situation? And if she did it not go through?
Forever. Like, I hate this town. I hate it.
I hate that. Why does she hate her town so much? And I'm not being, maybe I'm being intentionally naive here. I know Chantel has said before how much she dislikes her town. But as far as specifics, from what I've heard, she mostly had a kind of a typical childhood, wasn't especially bad, wasn't especially good. Cornwall doesn't sound like an especially bad town. Doesn't have like a gang problem or anything like that, as far as I know. I'm just not sure why she hates it so much, considering she doesn't seem to even know that many people.
I hate the people. I hate.
She hates the people. How many people do you even know in Cornwall, Chantel? How many people do you even know there?
And I'm so glad that I'm getting the fuck away again. Like, I would rot here. I would die with I can't. Nope.
Indeed.
Don't get yourself on a doctor wait list. No, Crystal, because I'm not coming back. Like, for sure, this cemented it. I don't.
Okay, but we're going to let her play this, but I really like this comment from Joanna Freedom. I want to read this aloud. I think she means she has 3 theories, unless she hates all 3 of her theories, but she still has them. Calling it a pilgrimage, going to Saudi Arabia. I could totally see that. Pilgrimage, or saying that she's going to celebrate Ramadan or something. Who knows? Qatar, weekend airport hotel bees. If she's got the money, I think that would be her first choice. I think that, and Canada is her backup. I think that she's, okay, that's the order I'm going to put it in. I'm interested in what the chat has to say. 1, 2, or 3. Which do you think is her preferred of those options? I think Chantel prefers option 2 of these 3. I think she loves the idea of going to Qatar in the airport. They have luxury hotels there. She can bring Salah with her if he wants to go. And she can just eat as much as she wants. If she gets to stay over there, at least in the region, without having to go back to Canada, she can go to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Call it a pilgrimage, call it a vacation, whatever. And she's always got Canada because, she has her support network back there. Oh, and that's another thing, too, that really bothered me. And yeah, I got to get you crab apples about it. Chantel talks so much crap on Canada, but then she wants to go back to get access to Canadian services. And it's just so hypocritical the way she does it. There's certainly plenty of people who get health insurance who don't pay any taxes. But for her to be so bitter and hateful toward Canada at the same time, that's what kind of is weird to me. It's like, if you not everybody puts in as much as they take out. That's, just how it is. Chantel's not the only one guilty of that. But for her to hate Canada so much when it's done so much for her, that's what kind of bothers me. Although I'm not a Canadian, to be fair. So that's my opinion as an American. I think that, I just dislike the way she dislikes her country so much, but then she comes crawling back anyway.
I'm not I'll miss my family, but hey, I just can't. Not for a while.
Nirvana.
But I am impulsive, so, but no, I'm not going to I don't want to travel. I'm not going to have to. I'm not going to. No.
The town hates you.
No way. Even if it wasn't Kuwait, it would be somewhere else. I wouldn't be here. No.
Welcome in, Amethyst.
The main reason is.
Yeah, that's a good point, Amethyst. That's what we're thinking here. That Canada is, if she goes to Canada, it's truly going to be to take advantage. Let's say make use. I think that's a less inflammatory way to say it. Make use of the healthcare system. Yeah, she could just do a border hop. But again, if she needs the healthcare, though, she has to go to Canada because she said she can't afford it there. Oh, okay. She thought she was getting the family visa, but didn't qualify. That makes sense. That makes sense. And welcome in if I missed anybody. I think Foodie is just very depressed, and I think her diabetes is really messing her up. Yeah, don't come to America either, Foodie. I know she hates FFG, but I meant like, who does she know? That's just one person. Canada's a big country. To hate one person is, that's only one person in an entire country. I mean, yes, she hates that one person a lot, but I mean, that's an entire country. I mean, what I mean is like her neighbors. Does she even know her neighbors? Does she even know the people at the local store? Does she know the people at the local gas station? Like, does she interact with anybody except the guy at the McDonald's who gave her extra sauce, or Burger King, or whatever it was? She just doesn't seem to really know anybody. I mean, she hates FFG, but she doesn't ever sees FFG. Yeah, exactly. It's a big country. All right. But I get your point, though. She does hate FFG. That is fair. That's a fair point. Yeah, and she's. I noticed Chantel's eye sockets got fat, like at her forehead. And I'm not trying to even be rude. I'm just pointing out that when she says that hasn't gained any weight, you can just look at her and see that she has. Oh, she doesn't live in Cornwall. My bad. Where does she live then? She lives in what part of Montreal? Does she live in? Where did she live exactly? It was. Anyway, she said she hates the town, but the point is she doesn't know anybody in the town. When she lived in the villa, she just lived in the villa. She never went into town much except to go to the outhouse. Fiona's mom, you're sweet. Yeah, definitely. She could just do a border hop. The fupa they smell. Driving would be the cheapest for her, indeed. Welcome in, Susie Q. We're just going over this video first, then we're going to be going over a few more clips of Chantel. She really does. Yeah, it does cost exactly crab apples. She says it's free, but a lot of people pay into the system. So, it's okay, crab apples. It's okay to let off some steam. Lauren, welcome in, Lauren. Welcome in. Welcome in again, Susie Q. And welcome into geez, I hope I didn't miss anybody. Welcome to anybody I missed also. Yeah, she doesn't drive anymore where she currently is. Good point, Joanna. I think that Chantel is very much gluttonous. Okay. See, I wasn't aware of that. I always thought that because I was always under the impression that if you were a citizen that you got health care. I didn't know that you needed to actually pay the taxes as well. I thought you just only needed to have citizenship. Or rather, I should say you only need to file taxes. If you don't actually, if you don't make any money, you still get healthcare, right? Like that's what I'm saying. That's a fair point, Kidney J. That's a fair point. She didn't actually go to the appointments either. That's a good point. That is a good point. She didn't actually, she just kind of went and wasted their time. That's a fair point. Right? She claims to. Oh, she was okay. She was in Montreal. I thought Montreal, but I wasn't sure. Okay. Gatineau. She went to Gatineau. That's where wasn't that where Natter lived? She lived in Ottawa. Okay, thank you. Yes, welcome in, Melomai. Welcome in. Donatello was in Gatineau. Okay, I thought he was in Gatineau. All right, there's just I don't know Canada that well. I get the places confused. Gatineau, Montreal. I mean, I guess I know them on a map, but I don't really know them. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but you need to file. Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know her exact situation, but I know that she certainly plans on making full use of the healthcare that she could possibly get. So okay, we could certainly all settle on that. That Foodie is certainly Foodie is certainly what we say a high. I'm trying to think of the right word for it. she's a frequent flyer, I guess they'd call it, of the healthcare system, right? Like she's somebody who's going to be in there a lot. Like she's not somebody who just needs to get a checkup once a year. She's somebody who certainly needs a lot of healthcare and services and all that. Okay, thank you, Amethyst. And welcome in, Amethyst, by the way. My apologies for not welcoming you in earlier. Okay, so FFG is Montreal. Chantel's family is in Cornwall. Pete's is now in Cornwall. Pete's and Chantel lived in Ottawa. All right. If there's a test later, I don't know if I'm going to get a passing grade, but I won't get a 0 at least. Frequent non-compliant flyer. That's also a good point. Non-compliant patient. And you know something? That's why I like that we have these conversations, because I think it's very easy to just say, oh, well, Chantel takes advantage of the system. But when you put it like that, it really hits home a lot more. It makes a lot more sense because it's not like, oh, well, she's getting healthcare. Well, everybody in Canada, I mean, I want to say everybody, but it seems like most people basically get healthcare. But if she's just wasting their time, if she's just going to the emergency room and she's not following up any appointments, and she needs all of this treatment from all of these self-imposed conditions that she's kind of caused for herself, that's a bit of a different situation. It's not like she has to go get a checkup or she has to get, a cavity fixed or something. These are problems that she's given to herself. So she's created these problems and she's relying on other people to solve the problems that she created, kind of. So I think that when we look at it in that paradigm, it makes her look a little bit worse. It really does. And she doesn't even live there anymore. She basically is just a healthcare tourist at this point, in Sunshine. That's a good point. She doesn't even live there. She just doesn't even file taxes there, I don't believe. She just comes there for the healthcare and then leaves. So it's really it's really not a respectable way to do it. That's a good, wow, Lauren. You know something? I think that's a great, excellent point. I remember that Chantel went to in the past, she's not gone to her doctor's appointments and she just kind of dismisses it when the doctor tells her to lose weight. She acts like, oh, well, they're just, like you said, being fat phobic and all that. All of her current problems, I don't want to say all of her current problems, but most of her current problems, her diabetes, her neuropathy, all that stuff is from her obesity, being overweight. Welcome again, Susie Q. She wasted the doctor's time in Kuwait too. That's a great point. She went there for her diabetes treatments and then she left, went to Canada, never went to any follow-ups in Canada, came back to Kuwait and never saw another doctor again. So that's an excellent point, Susie Q. Yeah, I think that's a good point. There's a difference between using the system and taking advantage of the system. If you need to use the system and you just, you've been hard up for money, it is what it is. But if you're just living somewhere else and you have the opportunity to cover your expenses, but you choose not to, and you choose to waste all your money on frivolous things and then take advantage of the system, I think that is definitely worse. Yes, I agree with that. Welcome in, Jess. That is a fair point, Joanna. Chantel is not somebody who treats stuff with respect. All right, geez, I'm getting so far behind in the chat. Well, not too far behind. Let me catch up. Welcome in, Kivalena. Welcome in, Hippieista. Hope you're having a good night. That's a fair point, Lauren Lou. I didn't even consider that, but you are correct. Dental chairs, as far as I know, they only come in one size. I mean, I guess they probably do have a larger one, but it would be probably have to go to a special place to access it. Welcome in, JB0617. Hope you're having a good night. All right, make sure I got everybody welcomed in here. Now, you know what, Nora? And I'll give you folks a story. I'll give you folks a story about Dr. Phil back when he was just a little Phil, back when he was a youngster and he was being raised by his family. I remember I used to go to the doctor and the doctor would say to my mom, hey, little Phil here, he needs to lose some weight. He's a little chubby. And my mom would ignore him. She would tell him, no, he's fine. Don't you tell him. He doesn't need to lose weight. And she would tell me, don't listen to the doctor and all this stuff. And looking back, I needed to lose weight. I didn't need to even lose that much. Maybe 10 pounds, 15 pounds. It wasn't a lot. Maybe 20. But it's like, I don't know why. Just it's the doctor is not being rude. She took it as a slight against her parenting, maybe. I don't know why she was so. I remember to this day, she would, the doctor's name, I'm not going to dox myself or him, but I remember to this day, she always used to talk about, oh, he was a bad doctor. He would just blame everything on you being overweight. It's like, but if I was overweight, why didn't you ever help me get my weight under control? It's not like it was, 100 pounds and it was, it wasn't a lot. You could have easily done that, but she was herself overweight. She probably didn't want to, I don't want to get into all that, but if a doctor says you're overweight and the scales also says you're overweight, then the doctor's not being any more fat phobic than the scale is. Okay, let's try to catch up. Oh, that's right, Hippieista. I misread you last week. You said Mounjaro. I misread the name of the medication. I thought you said marijuana. I thought you said you went up to 0.5 milligram of marijuana last week when I read that. I was like, oh, okay. Well, okay. If that's what you're taking, sure. 0.5 milligram is kind of a small dose, but all right, whatever. 0.5 milligram of Mounjaro. So it sounds like that's working for you. That's fantastic. One moment, please. To clear my throat there for a second. That's a good point, Joanna. Foodie is, and again, it's for self-imposed conditions. It's not like she got hit by a car and they had to rush her to the emergency room. She is the car. She is the car crash. Well, I'm not saying people should make fun of anybody. Hold on. Let me rephrase this. There's a difference between your doctor saying, you might want to lose some weight and just random people calling you fatso. That's not cool. I think there's a difference in that, Kimberly. People shouldn't be going around telling but if your doctor says it, that's different. At least I hope it is. Oh, that's another question I have for I want to let the video run. I got to catch up on the chat for just real quick. All right, Crab Apples, thank you for coming in. Just to hope you enjoy it. Foodie got the weed thing down. That's a light up. No shame here. No shame here. As long as you're not, getting all messed up and crashing your car or anything like that. Yeah, this is the smoking section over here. You're allowed to have a little bit. It's a good point. It's a good point. Okay, so let me let the video run here. It's a short video, and then we're gonna get to glitter and lasers.
I don't see myself getting better here. I feel like it's necessary. I also just miss my family a lot, but that's all I know at the moment. My depression is just so bad right now. And I have people in my family who want to be.
Oh, indeed, everybody. And help. Let me tell everybody right now, Kidney J has a really great channel. Definitely check her out.
Help me with appointments. I'm coming with me to try to get
post a link to your channel, Kidney J.
Honestly, mental health care here is so expensive. And yeah, I mean, I can't. I'm just going to come right and say that I can't. We can't, like right now. Like it's.
Oh, wow. Kimberlea, 200 pounds. Fantastic. That's amazing. That is such an amazing weight loss. Cheers in the chat for Kimberlea. And for anybody who's, whether you lost 2 pounds or 1 pound, or whether you gained a pound, if that's what you're trying to do. Anybody who's working on your health goals, whether like Kidney J, getting yourself back into walking shape again, whatever it is, if you're working on it and you're doing well, give yourself some congratulations, right? Whether it's 200 pounds or 20 pounds, or whether you're lifting an extra 20 pounds in the gym, or whether you're walking an extra 20 feet, or whatever it is, whether you're eating a little bit less junk food, if you're doing anything for your health, however small it is, even if you're just maintaining your health, even if you're just cutting down, even if you just stopped gaining, said, hey, you know what? I don't want to gain any more weight. I'm going to stop gaining. Just even that's great. As long as if you're working in that direction, give yourself a pat on the back, because I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back. This last week, I finally got back to my dieting a little bit too. So I'm feeling good about that. I need to keep going. If I want to lose that holiday weight, but I finally got some of it off. So I'm feeling good about that. But that's awesome though. That is awesome to hear, Kimberlea. Let's let this video run a little.
Too much. Like it's crazy.
I will have access to medical care there. So that's good news. All my medications, all the doctors I've seen so far are from Kuwait. My diabetes doctor, everything.
But just to let you know.
Welcome in, Tig Frog.
That's what I'll be doing. My health is just bad.
And I don't want to pause too much because we already paused so much on this one. But when she was talking about her depression, I'm not going to say Chantel doesn't have depression. She very well may. Very well may. But what she describes as depression also sounds like it could just be diabetes. You know what I mean? It sounds like it could just be her, because she says that she's sleepy after she eats, that all she wants to do is lay in bed and eat. But then she says that when she eats, she feels worse and she just wants to sleep more. Depression is a hard thing to diagnose, and I can't diagnose it. It's certainly not on the internet, but I'm not a doctor. Let me put my little doctor disclaimer up. I'm not a doctor. Even if I was a doctor, I couldn't diagnose her over the internet. But no, I'm not a doctor. If you think you need one, please go get one. That includes you, Foodie. But she talks about her depression and about how her eating and all this depression, it sounds interchangeable with somebody who's suffering from out of control diabetes. And I don't know how serious, I mean, when it's more uncontrolled, it becomes more serious, but it sounds like she has a lot of the same symptoms. Maybe somebody who knows more about that than me could elaborate, but that sounds like, it sounds like it's at least as much physical as it is mental.
And my leg is not doing
Welcome
much
in,
better.
Cass. Agreed.
I need access to like certain things, maybe like an MRI or something.
Ting, ting, ting. You've said the magic word. Reality checks for all tonight. Everybody gets a reality check. Reality checks for you. Reality checks for you. Reality checks for you, Glitter and Lasers. But you already got yours at the Run Lab. And I'm going to not spoil it, but I'm going to say that Glitter and Lasers got an amazing reality check recently. And I'm not going to gloat about it. I don't think it's funny, but I think it's good that she got it. She needs it. It's just a matter of her long-term health. If she seriously wants to keep going, for more than another year or two, she needs to take some advice. Okay, so let's let this one finish out.
I will have access to medical care there. So that's good news.
Which is also very expensive here.
Welcome into,
Yes,
I already
even for
welcomed you.
an
Never
expat.
You are not an expat. You're a visitor on a tourist visa.
Good point. She's not technically an expat. 64. I believe that's good. I'm not an expert on blood sugar numbers, but I do believe that's good. Suffers from diabetes. Diabetes. You will lie. Gallons of rice and junk tends to make, that's another good point, Nutty. It's even that eating a lot of junk food can make you sluggish. It can make you tired. It can that's a good point, JB. Depression, sometimes it can be treated with medication alone, but a lot of times it requires therapy. A lot of times it requires a lot of things. It requires more than just medications. So it's, that's just a piece of it. Oh, that's a good point, Fiona's mom. If you're insulin resistant, and I'm not an expert on diabetes, but I believe that's something that that's like pre-diabetes. You get the insulin resistance. That you have and if you have diabetes, you have it much worse, where your hunger is not properly regulated. Your body doesn't really feel as well when it's hungry. Yes, and her hormones are totally out of whack. I'm drinking some water, by the way. Encourage everybody else, have some water. Be sure to hydrate. That's a good point, Nora. Her body needs a lot more energy to digest it because she does have all of those issues with her insulin and with her other organs and her hormones and everything. Digestion for her is very inefficient. I'm assuming. That's a good point, Joanna. Chantel has done a lot of manipulating this week, and I think it's because her views have been down a little bit. I'm watching her because I'm interested in this, but we're just watching clips. We're not watching like her whole streams because she just doesn't have much to say. I agree, Vanna. I mean, I will say this. I don't put it on YouTube so much, but because YouTube is such a big platform, and but I do get what you're saying though. Like there should be, I think YouTube should put up a general disclaimer. I think that's what they should do. I don't think YouTube can really make sure that everything everybody says is accurate, but what they can do is they could put up a disclaimer saying, take everything you see at face value. Don't believe everything you see. I think they can at least do that. I'm sorry, Kimberly. I mean, but Glitter. I mean, we're going to talk about Glitter. I don't think Glitter is in any danger of losing anything just yet. And to be fair, you could get that stuff redone later, right? I mean, after losing weight, I certainly have a little bit of loose skin, so I can relate. All right, let me make sure I'm caught up on chat. Yep, does not qualify. Exactly, Joanna. Very good point. Kimberlena, if you used to be a power lifter, you will really understand what she just uploaded a new one. Geez, I was planning to watch the last one, but maybe, you know what the heck with Chantel? We're just going to go straight to Glitter and Lasers. She just uploaded a new one. We only have so much time. So let me pull up her video and see what's up. Because I was already going to watch the last one she just did. Let me go to her channel. Okay, yeah, that's the one that I want to, the one that you're talking about, that's the one I want to do. Perfect. Okay, yeah, so that's actually the one I'd planned to do. In fact, we're going to be doing that one in just a minute. Welcome in, Jarella. Hope you enjoyed your dinner, and I think you're going to like this one. We're going to be talking about exercise and running and stuff in just a minute. Yep, that's the one we're going to be looking at tonight, Kimberlena. Excellent point, Joanna. I agree 100%. Once you get over a certain body weight, it's just the human body cannot support over a certain weight properly. You need to compensate for that weight in some way, whether it's doing exercises seated or doing them in a pool or maybe doing them on a machine that holds your body weight for you. There's all different kinds of ways that you can do that, but you can't just do, lunges and push-ups and stuff if you weigh 500 pounds. It's just not going to work. It's a lot of numbers, right, to keep track. Oh, a new grocery haul video. I got to refresh then because I don't know why I'm not seeing it. All right, let me look for that in a second. Yeah, that would not be so bad. Oh, welcome in, Sour Cat. Oh, no problem. Oh, geez, that sounds like a lot of work, but I'm glad it sounds good, that you're getting it done. Hope you're having a good night at least. All right, let me get caught up on the chat here. Yeah, it doesn't sound like fun, but it sounds like good exercise at least, right? Oh, Foodie posted, not Anna. Okay, JB, thank you for clearing that up. Okay, well, I want to cover Glitter and Lasers, but I have enough time to cover Glitter and Lasers and the new Foodie. So which would you folks rather I did? Would you rather I covered Foodie first or Glitter first? Because I'm going to cover both because I love to cover the food hauls. I love to cover Foodie's food hauls. The groceries and food hauls are one of the videos she does that I absolutely love to cover live. So you know what? Let me do that. Because I'm going to cover the Glitter and Lasers vid after. The Foodie video is brand new. Let me do that. That just came out. 1 second, folks. I will pull that up. Everyday Mariam's new videos. Let's see what she's got here. Huge Ramadan grocery haul. Only 12 minutes. This is going to be perfect. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I can't. I know I said I wasn't going to watch any straight Chantel. I was not going to take any Chantel straight to the gut. But if it's a grocery haul, I can't help it. I'm addicted to the grocery hauls. Oh, really? Yeah, get them Foodie views, right? All right. And besides, I am interested in the grocery hauls. Those I don't make any secret about that. I love to watch those.
I can do it for you. Happy Easter. Hello there. Do you want to wish somebody a very happy Easter? Well, I can do it for you with a cameo. Cameos make very special personalized gifts for others. And with Easter coming up, my Christian friends, what better way to celebrate than with a cameo? Makes a perfect gift. And I do other things as well. Anything you want. Check it out. Cameo. For a video from me. To you or to someone else. Get yours now and don't delay. Get a special cameo for someone today.
I'm going to say this. I know that I'm about to pick on Chantel a lot on this video, and I'm not going to do it intentionally, but I just have a feeling that the way that she buys groceries, I'm going to have negative stuff to say. So I'm going to start off with something nice. And that nice thing I'm going to say is that, yes, it was a little bit cringy. Yes, it was cringy, but it was effort. It was effort. And it did make me laugh. It was a cringe laugh, but it was still a laugh. And if Foodie put that much effort into all of her stuff, not saying it would be good, but it would be better. better to be cringe than to be boring. That's what I'm going to say on that. That's my official, better to be cringe than to be boring. Especially if you're doing a YouTube channel, right? Welcome in Takes the Cake. Oh, I already welcome Jen. She is losing it. Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day. Is that coming? I think that's coming up, isn't it? St. Patrick's Day was always my favorite day to go out. The arms hurt from going overhead. Oink, oink, said the fake Muslim. Welcome in, Jason. Is she trying to dress like a stuffed animal? Well, I think she's trying to dress like an animal. The stuffing is just her natural appearance. How much cheese did she get? Oh, poll on how much cheese she got. Brilliant idea, Nutty. Thank you so much. That is brilliant. I got to open up the my window real quick to poll. 1 second here. All right, 1 second here. Let me get the poll. All right, start the poll. The amount of cheese. How much cheese? Okay, answer one. Less than 1 pound. 500 grams. Answer two. Less than 1 kg. 2.2 pounds. Option three will be less than 3 kgs. Or we'll do less than 5 pounds. .4 kgs. And all the cheese is the fourth option. Okay. All the cheese. Okay. Okay, you got your poll. Don't say I don't care. Should be a foopy. Oh, that's lovely. Does that make St. Patrick your patron? Like I don't know how that works. Does that make it like a special I know they have Saints Day in Europe. Is that like everybody depending on the saint they're born on? The Saints Day they're born on. Betting the whole dang pallet, 9 kilograms, at least 5. Yeah, great. A cheese poll. Kidney J. You're awesome with the puns. I love those. You get your Kidney J. Your puns are great because you know just how many to do. You don't overdo it. You save them for when they're just perfect. Her blood is Velveeta. I think Sour Cat, she can only go back to Kuwait so many times before she gets a real health scare. That's what I think. She's going to get a serious, what do you call, maybe a blood clot or maybe a high blood pressure issue or who knows what, but she's going to get something from all those plane trips. Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, happy. Is it today? I knew it was coming up. I didn't realize it was today. Is it going to give her a stroke? Maybe. Oh, I didn't even want. Yeah, that's a scary possibility. Getting back to Canada. To be fair, getting back to Canada is the smartest thing she could do, because really that's the only place where she has any chance to get her health taken care of. You think he's a feeder, or do you think he just likes to see her? Do you think he's a feeder, or you just think he likes to see her use the toilet a lot? He just likes to give her gas. Okay, let's watch the video. I like the music.
أهلا رمضان يا شهر الإحسان شهر الغفران رمضان 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 أهلا رمضان يا شهر الإحسان شهر الغفران رمضان 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 رمضان.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna start.
I'm a sucker for music, so I kind of liked it. I'm a bit of an amateur musician myself, so maybe I'm not a harsh enough critic. But no, Salah does not have the greatest voice, but he was but he stayed on melody. He did the melody. So I gotta say that at least, it was passable. I thought it was okay. It was not good, but he basically hit the notes, right? He mostly hit the notes. And I like the song, right? I'm gonna be, maybe I'm being too positive, but I like the song. I kind of liked it. Oh, really? They can ban you from the Kuwait does not seem to enforce any rules. Is this a sex tape? Not enough poop. That was Salah singing. She is such a phony. March 17th is St. Patty's Day. Okay. Am I like William Ogden? I can sing a little bit. I actually can sing a little bit. Okay, no, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. But you know what? I thought it was a nice song though. I thought that at least the song was a nice choice. I like the guitar playing, but here, I'll sing my version along. I'm not going to sing along with it because I don't know the lyrics, but all right. Welcome in, Tucker and Friends. You know what? I'm going to upload a video of me doing some music one of these days. I'll upload a video of me playing something on the keyboard or something like that. Because I could do a little bit of music. I'm not great, but I could do a little.
This grocery haul. This is a huge stock up for Ramadan. So during Ramadan, I'm going to be making some.
Well, let me introduce for anybody just coming in. We have an unexpected surprise. Foodie just dropped a brand new grocery haul. I wasn't planning to cover any of Foodie's videos directly, but I love to cover her grocery hauls, and it just dropped, so I have to cover it.
Traditional recipes like warak inab, stuffed grape leaves, vimto, a lot of different meat and rice dishes, some halabia, rice puddings, stuff like that, some soups and stews. So yalla, let me show you what kind of groceries I got for this stock up haul. All right, so let's go. All right, so this is round one of this haul.
Look, dog.
It's going to be a lot of.
Wow, this is a lot of vegetables and a lot of carbs here. Okay, just off the bat, I like to, I'll start off with what I like. I like the carrots. I like the bananas. That looks like beef. I think I like beef. This looks like lettuce. I think that's good. And these look like oranges, and these look like cucumbers, and these look like mangoes or something. So I like all the fresh fruits. I like the fresh fruits and the fresh vegetables. That's good. But I'm not such a fan of all these potatoes. I think that's too many potatoes, way too much rice, and too much pasta. For somebody who's diabetic, this is just lots and lots of carbs here. And it's really just, there's no good reason for that. I do like the eggs though. The eggs are, although to be fair, she was told to watch her cholesterol. So the eggs may not be the best choice for her either.
Stuff, and I'm not looking forward to organizing it and putting it away, but that's a big job I have to do before Ramadan. So yes, we have a couple cases of water here at the back. Those blue cases are water. Here we have some long shelf life full fat milk, really good for making Arabic dessert.
I don't get why she always buys the whole milk. Like I like the taste of whole milk, but it's just an easy way to save some calories. And if you're trying to lose fat, you're not even going to notice the difference. Just get some 2% milk. You will not even notice the difference, Chantel. And if you do notice the difference, then you just need to learn to live with it.
It's like mahalabia, which is like a milk pudding and rice pudding.
Are they really? Because
they look eggs. Healthy. They had a huge sale on the vegetables. So I got a bunch of kilos of eggplant because I plan on making a lot of marinated eggplant and baba ganoush. Always just have an extra jar of pasta sauce on hand.
Detective Kochi, she actually did a mukbang during the week. I'm not going to cover it, but she did a mukbang during the week where she showed like some falafels on the plate. But then halfway through the meal, she pulls out more falafel from a bag under the table. So yeah, you know how Chantel rolls.
A couple kilos of lemon, because that's important too with salads and making grape leaves.
You know what, Mouse Toes? I'm glad you said it because a lot of times I don't like to be the first one to say something because I don't want to put an opinion in people's heads. I want to hear what you folks say. And then I would rather you influence me than me influence you, if that makes sense. I don't want I don't want to tell people what to think. I want to hear what you think and then kind of respond. And I agree with that, actually. These do not look like top quality vegetables. Now, I'm not going to say I wouldn't eat them. They look good enough to eat, certainly. They look reasonably fresh. They don't look anything bad with them. But that's a heck of a lot of vegetables to buy. And considering, you know, these it just seems like she got these for free or something, because I don't see why she would buy such a huge amount of inexpensive vegetables. It's just not what she eats normally.
Which, by the way, a
away.
huge staple drink for Ramadan. Muslims will know, or Arabs will know as well. Vimto. That
is a good question, Sour Cat. And the only thing that I can think of, and this is my honest opinion here, I think Foodie has finally outgrown a lot of her outfits. I can only go by her eye sockets and her forehead, because that's all we ever really see. We don't really get a good look at her body regularly without filters and things. But you can see she's putting on more weight. And you can see from the way that she's eating so much fat. She's eating so much carbs. She's eating so many so many takeout meals, so many fast food meals, or not fast food, I guess, but so many takeout meals, so much delivery. She's getting so much junk food that she has to be gaining weight. There's just no way that she can't be gaining weight. So I think that her clothes have gotten too tight. That's what I really think, Sour Cat. Yes, you're right. You're right, Sunshine. I'm thinking for somebody healthy. For somebody healthy, red meat, eggs, good choice, good stuff. But for Chantel, she has that problems with her kidneys and problems. It was with her kidneys, and what was the other one she had? She had kidney problems, she had heart problems, and she had the insulin problems. I think that's the pancreas. So yes, she's got all kinds of organ problems. So yeah, that makes more sense why she has to be more restricted on her diet. That's a good point, Fiona's mom. I mean, I guess she must have, right? Oh, yes, please, everybody. Hit like and subscribe. If you're enjoying the content, please click like. And if you'd like to see more of this content, please click subscribe. I have to agree with you, Tammy. And welcome in, Tammy. And welcome into anybody who I missed. Welcome in again, Lokta. Hope you're having a great night. And anybody who is watching the replay, hopefully you're enjoying that. Let me get to the hopefully that didn't cut out my audio. let me go check out the poll. Everybody quick make your vote on that poll. We let this video run.
Oh, it's huge. It's a
wait
drink
a minute.
syrup.
Now, I don't know if Foodie did this on purpose, but did you see the name of this brand here? Foodie's Grape Leaves. There's no way that she didn't buy that brand because of that. And by the way, Vimto is a popular drink in England. I have some English friends, and a lot of them really love Vimto. So apparently, it's really it really is popular in England. I don't know about, I guess, in the Arabian Peninsula as well.
I'll have to put what it's made of. It's like you add water. We have some pomegranate molasses beside the Vimto here.
The only Arabic dessert Chantel makes is heavy cream and honey mixed together. Well, you know, Jason, nothing wrong with using whole milk. As long as you got your weight reasonably under control. Chantel's weight is so out of control that she needs to cut the weight somewhere. You know what I mean? She's got to cut it somewhere if she wants to survive. Full fat yogurt is one of those things that for anybody else, I would say full fat yogurt is not such a bad choice, because it's not that much fat and yogurt is loaded with protein. But Chantel is desperately struggling with her weight. Every calorie matters for her. It really does. She's in a life or death struggle with her body weight at this point, and every calorie matters. So for her to be so careless she's jeopardizing her health. It's not safe. Oh, geez, I'm getting very far behind. I'm gonna have to just skip forward a little bit, folks. She doesn't have. That's right, no gallbladder, and she has the liver problems. Thank you. Cherry chocolate mead? maybe not. She is exhausting to watch. But all right. So my apologies. I missed anybody in the chat. Yep, no gallbladder. Should not be eating food that rich. All right. So let me close out the poll in the chat. Let me open that up. All right. So we're going to hold you folks to this. We're going to see in a minute what the actual amount is. But so far, it looks like the most common answer is all of the cheese.
Here, pomegranate molasses,
the pomegranate molasses, you use them in like salad vinaigrettes, and to make the waraq inab, which is grape leaves. Speaking of which, I have a jar of grape leaves. I'm going to try making my own this year. Some cocoa powder for overnight oats for healthy breakfast.
Thank you so much. That is an excellent point. Mouse Toes, this is why it's so hard to take her seriously, because Foodie talks about her depression. She talks about her diabetes. She talks about her health. She talks about all this stuff. And then she buys lots of junk food and things to make her even heavier, you know? Oh, I get you. Her liver, just to process that food. Put down the fork. There you go. There you go. It's a small change that makes a big, that can make a big difference. Small change that can make a big difference. The servings food. Welcome in, Skinny Queen. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great night. Hope you're doing well. By the way, I know you're trying to get back in the gear with your health program. And I support you fully on that. Well, you know what? I think that depends on the person, Nirvana. I think that's a personal choice, because I'm a big fan of dairy milk personally. But if you like oat milk, as long as you're getting your protein in your diet, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I do believe she is in pain. I do accept that. I don't doubt she has pain, but I don't think that the pain is like her. I think the pain is caused by her diabetes and by all that other stuff. The trim paint job, that's been there since she moved in, right? And you could fix that pretty quickly. Really? I mean, I've heard that from some people. I don't know for sure on that one. I've heard some people say that we should, some people shouldn't. I think it depends on the person, because I digest milk really well. Like back when I was working out and trying to put on muscle, I would drink a lot of milk and I would get really big. So for me, it definitely worked. I guess it's a very personal thing. I don't drink it so much. I usually mostly cook with it. That is true. Yogurt does have that healthy bacteria. All right. Oh, excellent, Skinny Queen. No, that's fantastic. I'm glad to hear you're busy working, doing your health. Love the milk.
Or suhoor, which is the meal before we start fasting. Some chili garlic sauce. Some beef cubes. Okay. Bunch of kilos of carrots. Harry, my hamster, loves a little bit of these. Got to be careful. They have a lot of sugar.
That's where the vegetables go. She gives them to Harry. That's why she gets all these vegetables, so that she can give them to Harry and save money.
But I love carrots too. So we have some potatoes, a few kilos of potatoes. Yes, they're dirty, but they can be washed. We have some oranges.
Oh, and let me go over the vote also really quickly. Ooh, that's something to think about. I've heard good things about it. For me, I don't know if I have the courage to try it. I'm a bit of a wimp sometimes. That's unpleasant to think about it. It probably is. I love cheese, Kim Milena. I'm guilty of eating a lot of cheese, but Chantel puts me to shame. I used to think that I ate a lot of cheese, and then I saw Chantel and realized that I don't even eat any cheese compared to her. I eat like nothing. Definitely skinny. Just because you have an injury, you can work around that injury. Don't work through it, work around it, because you don't want to make it worse. Welcome in, Queen of Awesome. I'm going to let this video run for a second. I need to quick grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Couple kilos of oranges. Now, each kilo is 75 cents of these vegetables. Very cheap. We have some Calrose rice, medium grain rice. We have some bananas. We have some parsley, cucumber. And tomatoes were on sale also. So I got 2 kilos of those. Whole bunch of macaroni, because Salah loves how I make my macaroni. Tomato macaroni. It's basically just tomato, butter, salt, and pepper, but he loves it. So the spices I needed, I got some sweet paprika and some onion powder.
Okay, I am back. Let's look at the poll.
And these.
So she's basically looking at the vegetables, which looks good. Let me check this vote. Okay. So on the vote, all of the cheese, 57% of people, and keep this in mind, because this poll might actually scroll off the screen before she even shows us the cheese. Oh, let me take that off real quick. Welcome in again, Skinny Queen and Queen of Awesome. Welcome in both you queens. So all of the cheese, 57%. 5 pounds, 4.4 kilograms is the second most popular choice, 28%. Where's Rudy? Because there's so many numbers here. He's going to love this. 1 kilogram, with which is 2.2 pounds. Is already Europeans happy I did the exchange, the conversion for you? That's 11%. And only 2% of people feel that she got less than 1 pound, 500 grams approximately of cheese. So that's the poll. Let's see how much she actually got. Let's let it run.
Each head of lettuce was also 75 cents. Look at the beautiful, huge head of lettuce. This is the biggest romaine I've ever seen. So
that head of lettuce is almost big as the head of Chantel.
Oh, yeah. Going to be making a lot of salads also. So, and my hamster also loves lettuce. So, yeah, I make him a little salad every day with his kibble.
Ooh,
so that
I remember
is the
that.
first.
You know what, Joanna? I not even being gross, just being for the sake of full disclosure. Chantel did say that. She said that that her microalbumin in her urine, her levels were so high it was causing them to be foamy, and they thought that she had some level of kidney failure. She said that herself just when she went to the doctor in Kuwait before she went back to Canada. Remember the last time she went back to Canada, she said that she was going for her health? Well, that was part of her health, if you remember correctly. That's interesting. I was not aware of that. But that's if that's the case, absolutely make sure you get that calcium in. Yeah, right. I don't think anybody is at the level of Foodie. That is a lot of plastic. Thankfully, it looks to be that relatively that biodegradable kind of plastic, though I'm not sure if that's what they use over there. But hopefully it is at least, right? Yeah, compared to her, nobody likes cheese. My father used to have raw milk as a kid, and he used to hate it. He used to say that he always wanted to just get the milk from the store, and his mom always made him drink the raw milk, and he hated it. So that's why I know that's not like a good story. That doesn't like make anybody happy to hear that, but that's what I always heard growing up. Just for a true story. She trolls with the rice. Yeah, she does, but she still eats it. That's awesome, Skinny. And you know what else, Skinny Queen? Just it's about time and focus. Just concentrate on maintenance. Don't go off the diet. That's the important thing. Don't let yourself get off the diet. Geez, I am getting so far behind on the chat here. My apologies. Did I miss anyone? This is like bulk food. Reminds me of a food bank. Well, there's no shame in shopping at a food bank, but Chantel really doesn't need to go to the food bank. And that's I don't want to, I don't want to lecture Chantel, but I'm going to be preachy for just a moment. The food bank is for people who can't get enough food on their own, people who are struggling financially. I'm not going to say how badly you have to struggle to go to a food bank. Everybody's needs are measured in different ways. But Chantel is not struggling financially, not in any measure. There's no measure by which Chantel is struggling. She orders takeout like 5 nights a week. She gets delivery. She's living in another country. She's flying around the world. She's traveling. She's staying in hotels. I don't know if I'm not saying that she's living it up, but she certainly is not struggling for money. And she herself has said that she is not struggling for money. She constantly talks about how she is not struggling for money and how well her channel is doing. Why would she have to go to a food bank? And if she did go to a food bank, she should be ashamed. Because if you really are doing that well financially, you're taking food from people who need it if you're going to the food bank. That's all I'm going to say. There's no shame in going to the food bank, but if you don't need the food, you shouldn't be going there.
Round. So I'll be back for round 2. All right, guys. So here's round 2. We have some cornstarch or corn flour. We have some white chocolate covered mamul cookies. They're so good. Another box.
All right. Now we got, okay. Now this is the stuff that I have to talk about here a little bit. Almond milk. Almond milk, I am not against on principle, but Chantel already has 2 jugs of dairy milk. Dairy milk has plenty of protein. Pick one or the other, Chantel. If you can't drink dairy milk, then get the almond milk. if you already have dairy milk, you don't need almond milk as well. These feta cheese sambosas here, these look very tasty, but this is just fried food. These look very unhealthy. We got more pasta, this looks like. We've got...
Have some feta cheese and vegetable.
Okay, so does this count as cheese? How much cheese does this count as? I don't even know.
Vegetable samosas.
This is white chocolate mamoul. I think that's dates covered in chocolate. She has a chicken. I like the chickens. There's nothing wrong with that. 2 chickens. Here she has cream cheese. This is what? A pound of cream cheese. So we have at least 1 pound of cheese right here. This 1 pound of cream cheese.
My cat's playing with the grocery bags. We have some squares of cream cheese. They're kind of like Laughing Cow, just a different brand. These are my favorite.
Agreed.
These chicken grillers are so cheap. Each chicken is like under $4 US and about $4 Canadian. And
you know, Nirvana, I didn't want to say it like that because it's kind of depressing, but I'll say it. I think Chantel doesn't see herself as having much to live for. I think she feels very, absolutely skinny. Absolutely. I'll happily give you a link. One moment. Let me get the link here. I'll send it over to you. 1 second. I'll put it in the chat here. Exactly, Nora. She absolutely does not need that. That's fantastic, Sour Cat. Glad to hear that you're doing much better. That counts as 1 cheese. Okay, fair enough. Chia seeds. Is she going to grow a chia pet? Is she going to turn Harry into a chia pet? I don't know what she plans on doing. Possibly a skein with the groceries. Okay, so she's got a pound of cream cheese. And it was only 5 KD, guys. Yeah, right? All on sale. I don't really like cream cheese, but I think your doctor is right, Joanna. I think Chantel has planned it. I think Chantel has not really thought it through. I think in her mind, she thinks that she's going to be able to pass in her sleep if she eats herself to death. She thinks, oh, well, I'll just eat myself to death and I'll just, get an aneurysm in my sleep and just it's not going to be that easy, Chantel. I mean, if you're lucky, and this may sound crazy, if she's lucky, she'll go quickly. But she's probably looking at a very slow and painful, prolonged expiration. And I don't wish that on her. But for her to think so ignorantly that she can just eat herself into a quick death, it's not going to be quick.
I love making gravies, stocks, anything with it. I love it. I have some frozen broccoli because broccoli is one of my favorite vegetables. I have some berry mix. I'm going to be doing some overnight oats.
That is a great point, Sour Cat. She reminds me so much of an elderly family member I have. I have an elderly family member who's in her 70s. And she acts a lot like Chantel. Oh, okay. I see you, Sarah Jane. Let me bring you on there. Okay. 1 second.
Hello.
All right. Hopefully, I think we can hear you there. Everybody in the chat, hopefully you can hear Sarah Jane.
I can hear you.
All right. You're coming through pretty well.
And I just can't see the comments because I don't have my other device with me, but I can hear you very well. But hello, everybody.
And can you see the video, I hope?
Yes.
Excellent. All right.
Yep.
And the comments I'm putting on the screen, I hope at least you can see those, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
yep.
Great.
Oh, Luna's getting crazy.
Gotta take care of the
the fur baby.
Yeah, the fur babies, the extra family members.
Well, I just wanted to say real quickly, I guess, without getting too long. Luna, I've injured my back, I believe, in physical therapy because it didn't happen right away, and sometimes injuries you don't feel till later.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like the next day, and it was really painful. It almost was like what Chantel described, right?
Well, I'll say this: a good sign is if a disc injury, a lot of times you'll feel it immediately. So it might. So hopefully, it's not a disc injury.
It's like it's almost if I turn the wrong way, it's so sharp and it like takes my breath away. But
don't do that. Don't turn.
Well, I want to turn though, Dr. Phil. That's my point. But I know you shouldn't overdo things either, so I am taking it easy. But I wanted to say that Chantel says when she got her injury, she has to just lay in bed, right?
Yes.
No, that's the worst thing. You can still do things. I cooked dinner today. I stood most of the time, but I kept a chair close by just in case. She could do the same, you know. Also, she could get in the water. There are no excuses.
Mm-hmm.
There are no excuses. That's
100%.
basically what I wanted to say. Like, if you're in a fight for your life, then there's no excuse.
No, I agree with you. And same thing like when she buys the full fat milk. Like I'm the kind of person who's not a real stickler over a few calories. I mean, I'm like, well, you know, as long as you're maintaining, as long as you're being healthy. But Chantel is in the danger zone. Her health is in the danger zone.
Mm-hmm. And listen, I'm coming on here because on her live, I was listening to a little bit of it. She was like, first she contradicted herself. First she said, people don't know how it feels, so they judge me. And then later she said, the people who know how it feels are usually the ones who judge me. Well, which one is it? But that being said, I absolutely know how it feels. And so I can tell you from experience what's going on and what's going down.
Let me just take a moment here to welcome some people in. I don't want to interrupt you too much, Skinny. I just want to welcome in Fallen Angel 6969. Glad you can make it in tonight. Glad to see you again. Hopefully you're feeling well. And she comments on how bloated Chantel's stomach is. And that's I think part of that is that's just where she keeps her weight. But I do think that is swelling organs as well. I don't think that's just body fat. I think that's also her organs swelling.
Another thing, Dr. Phil, she could do, which she probably hasn't, she could get a binder if she needs to walk around and she's having. I actually did that. I got a back binder,
like a brace.
For like a back thing that like will support so that I'm not stuck because I don't want to be stuck.
I have an elderly family member, and she actually was recently fitted for a back brace, just to help her because she doesn't.
This is just a binder. It's not like an official one, but it will help support my back and my front because, you know, I mean, when you have something like that going on, all I'm saying is there's things that she can do. She just don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And welcome in, Burnt Cheeseburger. Hopefully having a good night.
And I'm also like, I have been doing really good, Dr. Phil, and I'm not going to give up this time. I'm like determined.
That's awesome.
I really am. I'm not.
Just focus in on the long term. Remember, as long as you're maintaining, that's still working in the right direction because that's weight you don't have to take off later. You know, like I look at it right now. I may not have lost that weight from the holidays, but I haven't gained any more since. And that's
right.
I don't have that I haven't made it any harder for myself than it has to be. It's like, well, yeah, I got to lose, a few pounds, but that's it. Whereas if I had said, well, I lost 5 pounds, I already gained 5 pounds, so the heck with it. I'm going off my diet and gain another 20. No. I said, well,
you are so right. And I'm proud of you because maintenance is one of the hardest things of weight loss. Like after you lose the weight, sometimes that can be just as hard as maintaining.
It's a different skill because it's a long-term thing. Diet is something that you can. I mean, diet's supposed to be a lifestyle change, but I don't want to get too sidetracked on that. But yeah,
that's okay. All right, I didn't mean to sidetrack your chat, but
no problem. I'm glad to have you. You're welcome to stay on for a little if you'd like.
I will. I'm gonna pause or mute myself for a bit.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I agree, Joanna. I think she was, at the very least, exaggerating about the sciatica. I don't want to say she was lying because I can't prove it, but I will say I believe she was exaggerating. And I think it's fantastic that Skinny is not letting an injury slow her down. I just hope that she's not, pushing through an injury in a way that don't be too aggressive if she's listening.
Oh, I'm not going to make it worse. Trust me.
Yeah, just don't aggravate it. That's all. But absolutely, 10-hour stream, Fallen Angel. Oh, by the way, this is a perfect time to mention this. Some people have asked me, I know Fiona's mom has asked about this, if I plan to do memberships on this channel, and I do plan to do memberships, and I'm going to be opening them up, I believe, next week, and I'm also going to be opening up a Discord, and the memberships I'm going to be giving people a few things along with the memberships, so next week I'm going to be announcing what the memberships include, but just to give everybody a preview, it includes membership in the Discord, it includes recognition on a placard shown at the beginning and the end of every show as a member of the channel. And in the Discord, it may include like a special title in the Discord. I haven't figured it out exactly. And we may even do like a special members only stream. But people who aren't members will still get to see it later. They still get it. I'm not going to, I want everybody to be able to see everything. But I'm thinking a special gift to members, let them get it like a week early. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking of doing. Because I know that sometimes it's too hard to like do like a special.
Or you could release it in like 48 hours or something like that.
Yeah, maybe something small, just a little bonus for members. I'm not trying to, stop people from seeing the shows or anything.
And listen, I'm not up here being like, oh, I'm better than Chantel because I'm doing this. No, I'm just saying it because it can be done. That's all. I'm not like, oh, I'm above you. I'm doing this and you're not.
No, I respect that, Skinny. I respect your honesty too, because nobody's checking on you. Nobody you could lie and you could say anything that you want. Nobody really knows. So the fact that you're coming up there and you're acknowledging that you've had some struggles, I respect that a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally. Oh, Fiona's mom here saying that she has back surgery in 10 weeks, but she refuses to stop moving and just did a trip to Vegas last weekend by herself. Jeez.
Oh, I'm proud of you. And so Fiona's mom knows like there's a safe way to do it. It doesn't mean like just go head on and like overexert. Like you can walk for a little bit, sit for a few minutes, walk. You have to cook and stand for a while. You could keep a chair right by you in case you have to take a break. There's ways to do it.
All right, Skinny. I think we're going to run a little more of this Chantel video. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
All right.
You're
welcome to share what you think about this food too. I'm going to pause it in a little bit. You're welcome to give your opinion.
For suhoor, the meal we get to eat before we start fasting, as I've said, it's before Fajr. So we would eat around maybe close to 5 a.m., probably around 5 a.m. And then you're going to be fasting for the day until sundown. So
now, okay, she's talking about fasting for the day until sundown. I love how she says you're going to be fasting for the day until sundown. She knows darn well that she can't say I'm going to be fasting for the day until sundown. She sure can't say that. Or Salah's going to be fasting for the day until sundown. Yeah, just wanted to point that out.
All right, and we have some vermicelli. There's an Arab style way of making rice. You kind of saute vermicelli until it gets browned. And then vermicelli is like a very small, fine noodle. Okay. And then you add the rice, make like a rice mixed with the vermicelli. It's so delicious. Some chia seeds, because I'm going to be adding them. They're very high in protein and soluble fiber, which is very...
I'm not an expert on chia seeds, but I do believe they have health value. I just know that Chantel's the kind of person to sit and eat the entire bag. That's the thing. I could see Chantel sitting there and just eating that bag of chia seeds with her hands.
She's probably going to attempt to make chia pudding, which it's kind of like overnight oats. You soak it.
Okay.
But, and then when you soak it, it can expand. I don't know.
Okay. We'll find out, I guess.
With that being said, she'd probably add something sweet to sweeten it up, and then that's not good anymore because it doesn't really have a flavor,
For your digestive tract, and they're very good if you're diabetic. The fiber in food prevents blood spiking. Your insulin prevents blood spike.
It also prevent that, Chantel, not eating these giant bags of rice and noodles. That would also prevent your blood sugar from spiking, but not to digress.
Sugar spikes in your blood, I should say. So I'm trying to get more soluble fiber in my diet. I guess that was advised by a diabetic doctor. In case you're wondering. So we have another bottle of Vimto. I forgot to show you. We have some gelatin.
All right, sweetened gelatin. I actually am not totally against gelatin. I think she'd be better off getting the sugar-free gelatin. But at least it's a healthier alternative compared to chocolate or candy bars, things like that. It's a step in the right direction. So
it's lower cal.
Gelatin. Yeah, it's a better choice. But I have a feeling Chantel is going to eat an entire bowl of gelatin. I don't think she's just going to eat a little bit.
What is Pimto?
Pimto. Vimto. Actually, I have some friends in England, and they told me about it. It's a very popular drink over there. It's like a concentrated fruit juice made with cranberries.
Oh, great! Not some more juice.
Yeah, for Chantel, it's not the best choice. But for a healthy, but for somebody who's if you just drink one glass like you're supposed to, it's supposed to be good for your kidneys and like cranberry juice is and that kind of thing. It's got a lot of antioxidants, and it's supposed to be quite tasty as well.
Oh, okay.
So,
Got some
I had
herbs.
another jar of pasta sauce. I forgot to show you guys. Not
It's
very
very popular in England, and I think in other parts of Britain.
organized. Sorry. The remaining spices I bought. So I have onion powder. Showed that already. Cinnamon powder, cassia, and these are
That's true, Nutty.
dried pomegranate seeds. And in Persian food, or I
That actually looked like not dish soap. It looked like the detergent. Actually, I don't know if that was dish soap or detergent, but it looked like detergent to me. Let me run this video.
Iranian rice.
These dried pomegranate seeds. Pomegranates, healthy stuff. Dried fruit is not bad, but the problem with dried fruit is it's like nature's candy, and nature's candy, yay, it's better than man's candy, but it's still a candy. And Chantel needs to avoid the candy. She needs to avoid things like dried fruits because they're just too caloric. They're too tasty. She can eat a whole handful of those without even blinking.
They use these a lot.
A lot of times they add sugar to dried fruit. So,
well, that's true too. It doesn't show on here. It doesn't say sugar-free. So that's a very good point. There's a very good chance they added some sugar to these because a lot of times dried fruit will have sugar added unless you specifically, you can get it without sugar, but you have to make sure you're buying one that's marked sugar-free or no added sugars or something that you can tell it's marked.
So, but I might sprinkle a few on top of some halibia as well.
Hoarding foods.
We also have some condensed milk.
Condensed
We
milk.
have a little bitty.
Okay, that's like cheese, but that's not cheese. But condensed milk is basically like it's just like sugary, creamy, milky sauce. It's sweet
liquid sugar.
Yeah, it's like a sweetener. It's an additive you use for cooking.
Yeah, a lot of people use it in baking because, it's a sweet. Yeah, it's sweet.
I bet Chantel just drinks it out of the can. She probably just cracks open a can of. It's like nothing like a nice can of milk.
Pot of vanilla powder for baking and cooking stuff.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
We have no sugar added almond milk for the overnight oats.
Oh,
I just prefer it.
So she had to get the no sugar added almond milk because everything else has sugar added.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. No sugar added almond milk, but it's like everything else she has is so loaded with carbs. Like it's carbs are carbs. Yes, sugars are worse for a diabetic because they're low glycemic index or high glycemic index. I forgot which it is. They're high glycemic index. They're worse. But still, it's still carbs. You're still supposed to be cutting down your carbs when you have diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Here it looks like she's got a jug of some kind of yogurt, a big giant jug of oil, which is the last thing she needs, and another thing of juice, which is the last thing she needs.
We have some fabric softener. This is
also there may be sugar in that yogurt drink because a lot of times there is added sugar to yogurt drinks.
Yeah, yogurt drinks. That's sugar is the big hidden problem with yogurt in general. Yogurts that don't have sugar added are often quite healthy, but when they add sugar, they usually end up being more like a sweet.
Mm-hmm.
A reach. We have some mixed berry juice. These are some mixed types of snacks, like chip snacks.
Thank you, Drella. Drella with an interesting tip here. She mentions that you can get canned condensed milk that does not have added sugar. And I have a feeling if Chantel got that one, she's going to be pissed.
Well, if Chantel got that one, she would flex on that and be like, yeah, it's sugar-free. I think she would.
I think she got, maybe she did, she got it by accident. She's going to be really pissed.
Right.
Yeah, that's a great point, Sour Cat. Thank you for pointing that out. I was trying to say that, but you put it into words better than me. She's talking about doctor's advice while basically ignoring all doctor's advice. Like everything in this, like 90% of this stuff is like not what her doctor suggests. Then she talks about, oh yeah, the doctor said the chia seeds are fiber and that's good for me. Well, those are so healthy, those naturally dehydrated chips and stuff. That's really good.
Ooh, nutty. That sounds good.
Oh, I heard that. Welcome in, Shelly. Condensed milk is great for making caramel. I bet.
Oh, yeah, Shelly.
I bet that tastes really good. Is that dish soap? She said it was
We're not all prude up here. We like food too, but we're just, but you gotta, moderation, like our moderation queen, Amber Lynn. You gotta do it in moderation,
Carbolicious. Let's see here. Yeah, it's more like desserts. Well, that's a good point. It does have lactose, which is milk sugar, maybe some others as well.
Yeah.
But it's still not. I mean, I guess for a diabetic, that's an issue. But for somebody who's who's not diabetic, it's not really so bad.
Plain yogurt has about 6 grams of sugar, or no, was it 6 carbs? I want to say.
Probably. Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, I haven't looked at a thing of yogurt.
I just looked at one today. I believe it was 6 carbs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
and yes, Joanna. Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of people here have said, portion control. Foodie, it's yes, Foodie eats some really unhealthy junk, but it's not just what she eats, because sometimes she eats food that's kind of healthy, but then she eats like 20 pounds of it. Like I had that mukbang I wanted to cover, but we're covering this video instead. But in that mukbang, yes, the falafel was bad, but the hummus, perfect example. Hummus, it's very caloric, but if you just have a little bit, it's not so bad. She had this entire giant container of it.
Mm-hmm.
Only 3 Cheesecake Factory meals a day. Jarell says fat-free Greek yogurt is a good option. That does sound good. Yeah, and Queen of Awesome points out more chips she does not need. And every meal is for a family meal. Portion control, exactly. That's let me ask everybody in the chat, because I don't feel like making another poll, but let me just ask people here. Do you think that when she orders out, and I want your opinion on this too skinny, when Chantel orders from a place, does she tell them that she has a family there when she orders a family meal? Or is she honest and says, yeah, I'm ordering this just for me? Or she orders it through an app, I guess. So maybe she doesn't get a chance to say it. But do you think she like implies that it's for a family? Because they always give her like 4 things of cutlery.
No, I don't think she does imply, but I think they assume. I think they assume because of the portions that she orders.
Only one backup sandwich is moderation. That's such an interesting looking amphibian you've got in your picture there, Shelly. Is that a frog? Queen of Awesome, if she cut down to a large portion, she would drop weight. And I'm not even exaggerating. If Foodie cut down to what would be a large portion for the average person, she would absolutely be losing weight. It was a vat of hummus. Everybody say yes with the family question. Okay, because they do bring her like 4 spoons, 4 forks, 4 knives, that kind of stuff. They bring her a bunch of containers. They bring her napkins and tablecloths and all that kind. They bring her all those extra things that you would totally give to a family. If they were just giving it to her, they would bring a bib, you know?
I can see her saying, hey, I need some extra sauces because my husband really likes them. My husband.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we want to get the family meal. Yeah, we have people here. They like to have extra butter on the bread, and they like to have some extra
garlic sauce,
extra falafel. Is that a sketch? That would make a fantastic sketch.
Yeah.
Queen of Awesome says hi to Luna. Chantel.
Oh, they hear Luna in the background. She's very active tonight. She is very active.
Well, don't forget their family dog. Woof 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 woof.
Woof woof.
They gotta have the scraps for him.
Luna looked up at my phone like, "What is that?"
Woof woof. Yeah, exactly, Shelly. A lot of them come with extra cutlery, so I really do think that we have company. She always says that with the snacks. All right, let this play because it's almost over.
Oh, okay.
We have some Laban, which is like a dairy kind of yogurt drink. Some sunflower oil, some sliced olives, add to salads, a whole bunch of bread.
Look how much bread she got. Okay, well, we may have overestimated the cheese, but we underestimated the carbs. I guess she like takes turns, like going crazy with cheese one order, crazy with carbs the next. There was surprisingly little cheese here. I only saw like 1 kilo or like 2 pounds maybe of cream cheese. I didn't see any shredded cheese at all, but it's very possible she hit it all. But this is a lot of freaking bread. That's like each of these has got to be like a.
Yeah, and let me say this. If she's freezing it, I guess fine, but that kind of bread, she has to plan on really eating that within a couple of days because that kind of bread goes stale super fast. Because I get it from like Dearborn sometimes. We have markets around.
Yeah, Pita's not good old.
well, those thin pitas especially, they get like you open the bag one
Get
time,
crispy.
they get stale super fast.
Yeah, they get like tough and like they hard.
Yeah.
And actually, Chantel was eating some with her mukbang the other day, and they were like so hard. You could like they were breaking as she was pulling them into part.
That tells you she was too I guess I don't want to be rude, but I guess she was too lazy to heat them up, because if you do zap them for about 15 seconds, they'll come back to life, you know, a little bit. So she must have didn't want to be bothered, I guess.
Yeah, hippieista. From my understanding, like I know that a lot of people they Ramadan at night they'll have like a little bit of a party, but like, and I know that they at the end of Ramadan they have a holiday, they have a big like celebration and a feast. But during Ramadan itself, like this just seems like Chantel's typical gluttony. This doesn't seem like a special order for Ramadan. You know what I mean? Like this just seems
They
like
don't do. Wait, hippies said her friends don't do any of that. Maybe it's because I don't know. Do they have a lot of family and friends? Because here by like around surrounding areas all around, you know, we have a large, you know, Arab population here, and they do. They get together. They have parties. At night, a lot of family. Even during the week, they'll get together. It's like a big thing. So
5 to 6 pieces per bag, apparently, Lady Nighthawk says.
But with Chantel, though, that being said, I don't think people come to Chantel's house. I don't think they have a lot of people that like to come over and visit with them because of look at what she did camping.
Yeah, she drank all. She stole all the.
To go in the freezer.
She stole all
It's
the
just a
water.
staple here for breakfasts and things, especially for Salah. I mean, I do eat it too,
Right,
but
so 2 jugs of juice.
more juice. So these are the table covers we use. They're
Table
white,
covers.
and you put them
That's
down.
a lot of bread because you can see even more under there. That's like what, like 8 packs of bread?
You're going
9?
to eat if you're going to eat on a table, but mostly if you're going to eat on the floor, which a lot of people at gatherings here, they eat on the ground. So
now,
so I guess that's it. I'm going to go put this.
I don't believe this is the full order. Or she's getting some more because this is not enough cheese for Chantel. Where is the cheese? Where is the cheese? All she has is cream cheese. This is not believable. This is like I don't know. This is like
I do think she'll invite Murad. I think Murad's the only one. Murad and his family is the only one that will still talk to Salah. So maybe they come over, but outside of that, I don't think they have many people.
Maybe. Yeah, and she was really nasty what she said about Alez's wife. Like that was back then I hadn't been watching Chantel as long, and that was the first time I was exposed to really her at her worst. Like I'd seen her like old videos of her, but that was the first time I was there for it live. Like where she actually like really lost her, you know, her mind. And went nuts.
She said some horrible things.
Yeah, that was really, and it was just so disgusting because it's one thing.
And she seems, his wife really seems like a lovely woman. I've been able to say hi to her a couple of times, and you know, he's very respectful. He doesn't like when we talk privately, it's nothing like inappropriate at all whatsoever. And he's coming on my show on Friday, by the way, in the afternoon. If you guys want, look out for that between 2 and 3 p.m.
Very cool. Very cool. 2 and 3.
But yeah, she was so rude, and the things she said were horrible, Dr. Phil.
Well, to me, it's not so much, you know, I don't get so upset by words. I get more upset by, you know, why you're saying them. You know, like if like she was, it's one thing, you know, to say some bad words. It's another thing to curse somebody out. I see that as very different. You know, I don't like to use bad language, but I'm not like upset by hearing a bad word. It's more like, but if somebody curses me out, like I get offended by that. So I kind of see that as, you know, like she was really went directly after her, insulted her, and said all kinds
She had
of
some
things.
racial undertones, saying that his wife was in a room with 3 black men. She said that, and that's not okay. That's not okay. That was beyond rude. That was very uncalled for, actually, in my opinion. Yeah.
Apparently the women, Loke Dog says the women speak there through Google Translate. Plot twist. They all speak perfect English.
She twisted the story up because they did have roommates at one time, but Chantel put her own twist on it, and that and to make his wife look bad, and that wasn't okay at all.
Yeah, it was just really nasty. The way she said she was prostituting, that to me was the worst
Yeah.
part. The fact that she was accusing his wife of prostituting. It's like that was like the worst part to me.
These things away. Thank you for watching this haul. So everything total, I will put the prices here somewhere to show you the conversions in American and Canadian and in Kuwaiti dinar. Just a reminder, the Kuwaiti dinar is the highest valued currency in the world. So it's,
I mean, as far as the price goes, I don't think that's neither here nor there, because the price of a lot of other things is very expensive.
I think
even if the
about
price of
$4
groceries
to
is good.
$1 Canadian. So like no, sorry, the other way around. Like one Kuwaiti dinar is worth about $4 Canadian. A little less for US because the US dollar is stronger than Canadian dollar. So yeah, stay tuned. Ramadan is supposed to start, depending on the moon, but it's supposed to start the evening of the 10th of March. So coming up very soon in a few days. And I have to get my kitchen in order. I have to, reorganize my kitchen and make it conducive for doing some cooking.
Okay, this video's over. Let's cover glitter and lasers because it's already 9:30 and I wasn't planning to cover this full video, so we're a little bit short on time. So
Dr. Phil, I think I'm going to step down too and take care of Luna, but thank you for having me up, and everybody have a wonderful evening and stay safe wherever you are. Talk to you soon.
Thank you very much for coming on, Skinny. I appreciate it. Have a great night.
I'll be listening. Thank you.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Okay. And for shoving in, welcome in. I'm sorry I missed you coming in earlier. Chantel has never been able to shut her mouth ever. This is why she's so lonely, and miserable. Love that for every person she's hurt. Yeah, she's such a nasty person. She really is. Yeah, and he was the one who was giving her, if you remember, he was the one helping her translate the insults. He was helping her. He was giving her, he's the one who taught her the word sharmuta. You don't remember? Okay, so now let's get to the kind of the main subject, because this is originally what I wanted to mainly cover tonight until Chantel surprised us with this video out of nowhere. But reality check night. Tonight's supposed to be a reality check. Yes, it is a reality check. Let me pull up the video where glitter and lasers, she gets her reality check. But first, let me pull up also a little video from Kate Winslet really quickly.
I used to really.
This is from Kate Winslet. She does absolutely hilarious meme videos. All right. Let me take this off here. She's absolutely hilarious meme videos. This is a short one.
I love running. I used to really love it. And it has felt so far from me for so long.
Let me put up the volume. These are Glitter's legs. Okay, this is Glitter and Lasers laying down. She discusses running things. Best runner in the world discusses running things while running. That is the name of the video. This is Kate Winslet's video. Let me put the link up. Oops.
I used to really love running. I used to really love it. And it has felt so far from me for so long. I think that's what's most exciting about today.
She used to really love running. She used to really love it.
Is that possibility is endless. And sometimes it just takes putting yourself out there and doing the damn thing to start the journey. That's what today's about for me, starting the journey. My body just constantly impresses me and surprises me, and it is such an exciting thing. It's just really exciting. And I can't even express it because it's like, there aren't words. There aren't words to feel like I have my body back. And it's really awesome. I used to love this so much. Just being able to do that today just felt freaking awesome. Good job getting out there.
All right. So now we're going to cover the actual video.
I used to really love it. And it has felt so far from me for so long. I think that's what's most exciting about today, is that possibility is endless. And sometimes it just takes putting yourself out there and doing the damn thing to start the journey. That's what today's about for me, starting the journey. You know, I thought I was going to come out here and I was going to run like a quarter of a mile, and here I just did a mile.
All right, so she just ran a mile. Started the video by running a mile. Just keep that in mind because this is going to come up later. She says she was only going to do a quarter mile, but she ran a mile. She doesn't show us any of the actual running, of course. Notice she hasn't even broken a sweat, but she wants us to believe she just did a mile. Okay.
So my body just constantly impresses me and surprises
It constantly impresses her and surprises her. I'd be impressed too if she ran a mile, but I don't think she did.
me, and it is such an exciting thing.
So, okay,
It's just really exciting.
let me make a poll in the chat
And I can't even express
also.
it because it's like there aren't words. There aren't words to feel like I have my body back, and it's really awesome. I used to love this so much, and just being able to do that today just felt freaking awesome.
She got her body back. This is you got to remember, this is her after what, 9 months of working out? She's been working out for 9 months. She's done 160 workouts and she's lost 90 pounds. She just ran a mile because she lost that. I mean, we're supposed to believe all of this. She gets a reality check in the video. So we're going to get this. So let me ask a question for everybody. Did Glitter and Lasers actually just run a mile to start the video? Who actually thinks she did? Yes or no? We're going to ask that poll. You guys answer that poll while we let this video run. And we're going to have Glitter and Lasers get a reality check.
Okay, so today we are at the Run Lab, and we are...
This is a place called Run Lab. The Run Lab, let me put my face up here. So this is transformative. I don't want her to claim that I'm just, stealing her content or anything, because I know that she's the type to do that. This is a place called Run Lab. She's going to describe it as well, but I'll describe it first. It's basically a place to help you run. Personal trainers, if you want to become a runner. If you want to do running, they will help you learn to run properly.
Here because
allegedly,
I want to run a 5K, but I realize that in a bigger body, there's a lot of challenges.
Hear that? Her goal, she wants to run a 5K. She wants to run a 5K. Just like Foodie did all those steps in Kuwait. Exactly. Running. I smell BS. McDonald's is further than she planned. I've never seen her run. Exactly, Low Dog. I've never even seen her run. She claims that she ran an entire mile. An entire mile. She's allegedly crying. She hasn't broken a sweat. She's that emotional after running. Exactly, Nirvana. That's the other thing, too. She's promoting running. She's promoting all these exercises, but at her size, she should be using aerobics, water aerobics. She should be doing low-impact exercise. Running, exactly. And Nirvana, not to spoil it, but I think you're seeing the direction this reality check is going to go. She's going to get a reality check during this video. I think you could sense which direction it's going.
Running. So I wanted to work with...
And not to be a dick. Not to be a dick. But if she's an influencer, doesn't she do like fashion try-ons? Doesn't that make her like technically kind of a beauty influencer? Why is her skin always this bad? Like this, I'm not trying to be rude, but this is like every single video, her skin is really bad. Does she just choose not to use makeup? Does she choose not to use filters? Does she choose not to wash? Her skin is always really bad with lots of open sores. And if she has a medical condition that causes it, I sympathize. But it's odd that she's chosen to be like a model, a paid clothing model. She models clothes for a living, and she doesn't even try to cover the open sores on her face.
But I realized that in a bigger body, there's a lot of challenges when running. So I wanted to work with somebody who could like help me run correctly so I don't injure myself. I also really like them because when I talk to them on the phone, they don't buy into the BS that bigger bodies can't run.
Exactly.
In fact, it's like one of their goals.
She says when she talks to them on the phone, they don't buy into the BS that bigger bodies can't run. I think what they mean by bigger bodies is they're referring to, this woman here on the right. She's not super skinny, but she can run. Absolutely. You don't have to be super skinny to run, but being 500 plus pounds is a little bit different than being a bigger body.
To show people that more people can run. So today I'm going to run on
no,
a treadmill, and they're going to tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm going to get my ish together.
You know what, Siobhan? At first, I mean, I agree with your sentiment. I agree with your sentiment, but I do have to point out one thing. And in my other videos, I mentioned this. Glitter and Lasers, I think she's lying. I don't think she's actually really doing any of this exercise. And we're going to see why. Because she's allegedly worked out for 9 months, lost 90 pounds. And then when I don't want to spoil it, but when they actually give her like a physical test, she can't really do any of it. She's not able to do any of the most basic exercises. Remember she did that video where she said she does lunges for her warm-up? I'm going to spoil it. Later in this video, they ask her to do a lunge. She can't do it. She can't do a single lunge. She claims that she does lunges for her warm-up. So she's lying about her exercise routine. So if she's telling women to do exercises that she can't even do herself, I don't think that's a good thing. I think that's a bad thing. I think she's setting people up for failure. She's setting people up for injury because she's telling them to do exercises that she knows that she can't do. And she knows that plenty of her viewers are just as out of shape as she is. So that's the thing. If she was saying, hey, this is my personal workout. Don't copy me. This is how I work out. Don't do this. Don't follow me. I'm not a personal. If that's what she said, I would have a very different attitude. But she is a sponsored athlete. Yes, she is, for an app called CoPilot. She will tell you, you don't need a personal trainer. You should buy her app, the app that she gets paid to advertise. That app pays her to make videos saying that you don't need a personal trainer, that you only need to buy her app. That's why it's so dodgy to me. If this was just her working out and she was lying about her own working out, whatever. I'm not going to call her out. She's hardly the only person lying about working out. But she's trying to sell and monetize that lie. And that's what I have a problem with. That's my issue. So I like, in spirit, I agree with you. I totally agree. I like that she's making an effort. But I don't believe her effort. And I think she's only doing it to make money. I don't think she's serious. Yeah, they're referring to people who are a little bit overweight. And she looks very toasty when she does her hauls. Well, that's true. That is true. I will concede that. She certainly has a lower body fat percentage than Chantel. I will agree with you there. She probably is in better shape. She could probably walk farther. But I think that her claims are lies. So yes, she may be healthier than Chantel. I'll give her that. But I think she's lying. So I think it's like 6 of one, half a dozen. You're right. You're not wrong. She is in better shape than Chantel. I won't dispute that. And she has a lower body fat percentage, higher muscle mass. But that's about where it ends. So let's let it go.
Actually, in terms of like running. Okay, let's do this.
Promoting BS. Yes, Nirvana, that's the issue.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kim Davis. I'm the founder and CEO of Run Lab here in Austin, Texas. My feeling and the reason for starting this company is because I feel that anybody who wants to run should be able to run. And we're all built very individually, right? So we base our process on helping people understand their own bodies and the way that they should move unique to their structure. So there's no right way to move.
She's claiming she ran a mile. She can't stand on one foot for like 2 seconds. That's what I mean by Jarella, when Jarella says she's peddling BS for profit. She really is. That's the issue I have. If she was saying, hey, I'm out of shape, don't copy me, but this is what I do. I'm showing you folks what I do. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I could respect that. I could totally respect that. But when she's saying, hey, if you're trying to get in shape, you should copy me, I'm going to be a little more critical. And that's where I'm coming down hard on
you and the way you're built. So that's kind of what this company is built on and why we're here. I was going to ask you, what's your goal besides just being able to run? Do you have?
Let me slow this down because this is actually very important here. I want to do this at normal speed where she talks to these people because she says, okay, so what is your goal? And let's look at their body language a little bit. Does this woman look nervous to you? This woman who's the founder here, does she look just a little bit nervous? Because she doesn't know what she doesn't know what this woman's goal is going to be yet. But I've got a feeling she's a little bit nervous because she probably knows that she's not going to be able to give her good news. Glitter looks completely delusional. She also looks like she's not being honest. She's looking off to the side. She's not looking at her in the eyes. Notice how this woman here is staring directly in Glitter's eyes. She's looking at her I would describe her as being earnest. She looks like she really wants to please Anna. Anna looks like she is telling a story to the class about why she doesn't have her homework. That is the impression I'm getting from her body language versus hers.
Okay, so my goal for right now, and here's the thing that's been like really helpful on this journey for me is
Tink Frog, she claims she's lost 90 pounds. I do believe there was a time when she lost some weight approximately 5 months ago, but whatever weight she's lost, she has since gained back. And that's not to be cruel. It's just to point out the fact that she should be honest about it. She shouldn't claim she's lost 90 pounds unless she's going to admit that she's gained it back as well.
not setting goals that are like so grandiose
Yeah.
that I never get to them, or it takes so long to get to them.
Did you notice that misspeak she did? She says she doesn't want to set ideas that are so grandiose she never gets to them. And then she realizes how bad that sounds. So she quickly changes it to, or that it takes so long that it, in other words, she knows that she never meets, that she sets goals she can't meet. Listen to her say it again.
Now, and here's the thing that's been like really helpful on this journey for me is not setting goals that are like so grandiose.
Yeah.
You're not setting goals that are so grandiose. Why?
That I never get to them, or it takes so long.
That she never gets to them. In other words, she's admitting that all of her goals have been unrealistic.
To get to them, that I lose faith in the process, right? So I thought just like as a first goal.
Or it takes so long to get to them that she loses faith and does what? Quits. In other words, she's saying that she's not had much success. But that's not to make fun of her, just to point out how she's not being very clear with her speech.
Realistic for me is a 5K.
He says that she feels for her. Let me rewind that. For her, a realistic goal is a 5K. That's what she says.
Just like as a first goal that felt realistic for me
is a
5K.
Kind of the way the process will work is we'll sit down with you. We'll go through your history. We'll go through.
Notice how they edited out the other woman's response. They cut out the video and they just played the audio, because I've got a feeling her response is, that's not possible. We're not going to be able to help you with that. I think that's what she said.
Your range of motion. We'll find your strengths, your weaknesses, all the things.
Yeah.
Then we'll put you on a treadmill. We'll film you from all the different directions, and then we'll aggregate all that information. And then we'll sit down and we'll say, okay, based on your current level of fitness, your current strengths, your current weaknesses, what does a training plan sort of look like for you?
Okay. So far, and I know I've been neglecting your comments, but I want to say that I really like, I'm sorry, is she a medical doctor? This woman here on the right is, I believe she's a personal trainer, but there's no medical doctors here as far as I can tell. They are getting paid, but I believe this is not, I don't think that Glitter and Lasers is actually sponsored on this one. She says that she is not sponsored on this video. I take her at her word. You know why? Because these people come across as very honest, and they give her answers that she doesn't like. She needs someone to be honest with her. And that's what these people are, thankfully. Yeah, she wants to run a 5K. That's a good point, Jarella. Running is not a good choice for everybody. And for a lot of people, it's not. I don't want to get sidetracked on that, but Nirvana, yes, she's eating a crazy amount. A realistic goal would be to lose weight first. Yes. It's not for everyone. No, it is not. It would take her years to get to a 5K. And that's if she's already doing a 1K. I have to agree with you, Loke Dog. I think that, just to put it into perspective, it took me about a year of dieting and exercise to lose about 90 pounds. I put on about 15 pounds of muscle, but I regained it. I wasn't putting it on new. I was regaining muscle. So, but the point is that, I don't think she's a chiropractor. I don't think she's a doctor. I think she's actually like a physical therapist, or maybe she's a doctor of exercise science, but I don't believe she's a medical doctor. I believe she's a doctor of exercise science if she is a doctor. Welcome in, Cozy J. Hope you're having a great night. Could she even run 400 meters? I don't think so. I don't think she could even run 100 meters. I think she could walk 100 meters. Exactly. I'd like to see her film herself instead of making all these claims. Another doctor like me, kind of. Okay. Jarella, you're preaching to the choir, but you're 100% correct. Her diet is well, let's focus in on her running today, because that's what today's about. Today's about running.
Things you need to
faster than the speed of lasers.
Because that's obviously our number one priority. You can never get faster. You can never run longer if you're injured. And so first order of business is sort of injury proofing your body. And because you have this big
first order of business, I actually really like these Run Lab people from what they're saying. And I full disclosure, I've already seen this video before. I wish I didn't, because my responses would be a lot more laughing if I was watching it for the first time, because I cracked up the first time I watched it. But I'm glad I watched it, because I could say with confidence that Run Lab seems like a legitimate place. I want to say that right now. Even though they're associated with Anna here, Run Lab appears to be a legitimate organization because they do not tell her that she can do a 5K. They tell her that she first needs to concentrate on not getting hurt. Let's let them talk a little more.
Big foundation that you're building from of being active for this period of time.
Okay, and she calls her bluff. Listen to this.
To make sure you don't get injured, because that's obviously our number one priorities. You can never get faster. You can never run longer if you're injured. And so first order of business is sort of injury proofing your body. And because you have this big foundation that you're building from.
Did you hear that? Because you have this big foundation that you're building from. Because Anna said, I've been working out for 9 months and I can already run a mile. And I've been doing all of this other stuff. And this woman here is taking her at her word. And she's saying, well, because you can already do all that, this is not going to be that hard. So let's go, let's go see how you do.
Of being active for this period of time. I'm talking about, all of that stuff is going to be easier than somebody who's just getting off the couch and starting for the first time. All right, Anna, this is Dr. Roden. So
I love how what she says. It's going to be easier than somebody just getting off the couch and starting for the first time. Do you see Anna getting all excited? Like, all right. So in other words, this is going to be easy for me because I can already run a mile. I've already done 160 workouts. I work out 3 times a week. I've lifted 400,000 pounds of weight or 46,000 pounds of weight. And she showed all these numbers the other day, the stuff that she's done. This should be nothing for her. This should be easy, right? At least that's what this coach thinks.
It's going to be easier than somebody who's just
getting off the couch easy for her.
Starting for the first time. All right, Anna, this is Dr. Roden. So he's going to.
All right, so this guy is a doctor, apparently. Dr. Roden.
Charge you care. Nice to meet you. Take you through the whole process and the assessment and all the fun things.
So today is about range of motion, strength, how you're walking, how you're moving, what aches and pains you have.
Yes, Cozy J.
Structurally, what is going on? How you
did you notice that too? Her posture was so fearful. She had her arms crossed in front of her, and she was like, "Well, it's so good to know you're going to be able." Like she was trying so hard to not say that. I don't think you're going to be able to do it. And now this guy's watching her. Look at the smile on his face. Does that seem like does that seem like an authentic smile? Does that seem like the smile of somebody who's actually happy? Or does that seem like the smile of somebody who's, she's smiling at him, so he's smiling back at her?
Issues are.
Look at how she's walking. Look at
that.
that. Look how high she's lifting her legs. That is so fake.
Kind of create the profile that is you as far as getting your journey to that 5K and whatever else.
She really does. But like I said,
Dr. Roden did was sit me down and ask me a ton of questions about my medical history.
Today is her reality check.
Clear picture of where I was at currently, and then also understand any aches and pains I was experiencing that might be able to be corrected through weight training and physical therapy. He then continued with a physical analysis. So looking at the flexibility and mobility of my joints. He even felt inside each joint to better understand how they connected, what inflammation I might have, and also if there is any existing damage.
Is this spot different than
Keep in mind, remember the video I did last week? She said that she was giving us a beginner workout. And she said, if you're a beginner, you should do 20 seconds of lunges because she's been doing this. And for her, she could do lunges as a warm-up. Now she's done so many workouts, she could do lunges as a warm-up. They're easy for her now, right? That's what she said.
But not much, but yes.
But there's a notable increase along.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll do the same thing out here.
No.
Okay.
All of this would be used to design a plan that worked for me to help me walk and run in a way that was safe on my joints and prevented injury.
All right, so at this point, we are doing the gait analytics. So we walk and jog depending on the athlete's capabilities, in shoe and out of shoe, looking at their biomechanical faults or their benefits of what they're doing well. Once we know what
again, this Run Lab, I think this Run Lab looks very credible. The more they talk, the more I like them. They seem to be very much focused on results. They seem to be very much focused on things that can be measured. They seem very scientific. They seem like a results-oriented place that is really trying to get you healthy and is not just trying to sell you products. Now, I don't know how they are, for every client, but in this case, they give me I get a very good feeling from them as somebody who's done exercise.
That will then create an individual protocol or plan of attack to address those anomalies that are causing stresses in different tissues of the body. That are causing their aches and pains, or just the inefficiency of their run, where they're working harder versus smarter. So I'm going to take a half step forward from here. Perfect. So we're going to go head to toe, I'm going to make you bend, twist, turn. We're looking for any limitations. If you do experience any pain or aches during it, please let me know. All right. So again, starting at the top, as best you can, rotate your head as far as you can, both directions.
Okay,
Just
she has
like
no
our
trouble
old
with
days of
that.
hopscotch, single foot.
Single foot. Let's see this.
All good. These are challenging.
Notice how they didn't show her doing that part. They showed her doing the head roll, but when he said, can you go on one foot, they didn't show her doing that.
We do them on purpose, right?
Yes, I feel humbled.
Did not know I couldn't.
Cannot hop anymore.
She's unable to hop. Notice how they didn't even show her trying. Look at the face of this woman in the back. I think Jarella knows how this woman feels. I know how. I think Nirvana knows how that woman feels. I certainly know how that woman feels. She is thinking, I really hope she doesn't get hurt. I hope she doesn't get hurt because it's going to be a lawsuit if she gets hurt, and I can't lift her. I cannot lift her if she falls down. Please don't fall down. That's what she's thinking. She ran a whole mile, allegedly, right?
Then we're going to stand up on the treadmill.
Can I hold on?
Initially, yes.
She said,
But
can I hold on? And he said, initially, yes. Look at her face.
Ideally, you're going to try to walk without it.
Oh, I can walk without it, but I'm saying running. I don't. We'll see. I'm scared.
She can't run without holding on to something. Did she just run a full mile without breaking a sweat at the beginning of the video?
We're only going to do whatever's comfortable.
Okay, we'll make
Okay.
it work.
We're going to start with a walk. I'm going to get you up to what will be a comfortable pace for you.
Okay.
Reality check
Incrementally
time.
Go up and you're like, yeah, this is about the speed I walk at right now.
Okay.
Cool. All right. We're going to start it.
Next, we moved on to the physical activity segment of the analysis. And this is the part I was most scared for because I was going to have to run on a treadmill. And if you don't know this, treadmills are.
And Nutty, I have nothing but respect for that. Nothing but respect. I'll tell you right now, you know how much time I spent on a treadmill when I was doing all that weight loss? I would go in the gym. I would lift weights for like 2 hours. I would lift so much weights, but I didn't really do any jogging because I was too heavy. I was losing weight. Now that I've lost the weight, I do a lot of walking. I like to walk. It feels good. But back when I was heavier, I intentionally avoided a lot of walking. I tried to do cardio like on a bike or maybe just light walking or swimming. I did stuff that was not heavy on my knees, and I would do exercises that were supported. I would do bench presses instead of push-ups. I would do pull downs instead of trying to do a pull-up and just hurting my elbow or hurting my shoulder. I did the exercises that worked for me when I was heavy, and I was able to do a heck of a good workout. And I was able to lose a lot of weight. And I also had a good diet. That was the other part of it.
Are usually not safe for bigger bodies. They're just not designed for us. I think when you're outside, you just don't think about it, right? Here, I'm like, am I going to fall off?
When she's outside, she doesn't think about it. Here, she's afraid she's going to fall off. You know, it's
Off of it, what's the speed? Whereas when I'm outside, I can just be like, whatever speed feels right. And that might be different in each step.
he's trying not to look at his face. He is trying so hard to pretend like he understands her. He's like, yeah, totally. He's trying so hard to not call her out on her bullshit. And look at that face of hers. She knows that he doesn't believe her. He knows that she knows he doesn't believe her, but they're pretending to believe each other because they're too polite to say otherwise. But they all know they're full of shit. Pardon my language.
Second sip. Fortunately, the one at Rod Lab was safe, but that did not erase my anxiety based on previous experiences.
It's an evolutionary process when it comes to your walking and your running. Like, we're going to fix your walk as well. Not just make you a good runner, but make you a good walker.
Okay.
Because
Do you hear what she said?
evolutionary process when it comes to your walking and your running.
It's an evolutionary process with your walking. If you learn how to walk, it will make you a better runner. In other words, he's saying you can't even walk correctly. That's what he just told her in a very nice way. He said it in a very nice way, but he just said you can't even walk.
Running, like, we're going to fix your walk as well.
We're going to fix your walk.
Not just make you a good runner, but make you a good walker.
Okay.
Because a lot of the concepts that we're going to apply in your jogging and your running also apply in your walk.
At the end of my assessment, I found out some pretty bad news. It turns out I don't walk properly. I have straight legs. which means I do not bend my knees at
What is that what I said during we watched her workouts when I said she doesn't bend her knees? It looks like she's going to hurt her knees. I know I'm not a doctor. I know I'm not a physical therapist, but I don't think you have to be to see that this woman is full of crap when she talks about all of her exercise. It's just anybody who's ever like seriously worked out, anybody who's ever done like 2 hours in the gym, anybody who's ever been on a high school football team, anybody who's ever been on the high school softball, anybody who's ever like been an athlete or who's really devoted themselves to physical activity instantly knows this woman is full of crap.
all when I walk. So before I even thought about running, I was going to have to relearn how to walk because right now I was at serious risk of injury.
What was that?
Do you think
What
this
was
is
that?
actually-
She's at serious risk of injury. So what does she do? Does she take down all of her videos showing people how to work out? Does she relinquish her sponsorship and say it's not appropriate for me to tell people to use an app when I can't even walk safely? It's not, I don't feel it's not right for me to sell these products on exercise when I've been doing them wrong the whole time. I don't even walk correctly. This app has never once corrected me. I don't feel comfortable selling this app to you folks. This app is a ripoff. For 9 months, I've been using this app and it's never once told me how bad my form is. Do you think she said that?
Possible. I'm being really real
No.
with you right now. Nothing. Like I'm not being like delusional. Sorry, I was going to say delulu, like the kids say, but
That's very possible. Like we have people in every shape and size and form
Yeah.
and different diagnoses.
Oh, I love how
that come in here.
Loke Dog, you know something, Loke Dog? I didn't even realize, but the way she said it, she said it in a way, turns out I have straight legs. So it's not I have bad
And
legs.
They have different goals, whether it be marathons, 5K, just walking with their kids, feeling.
I love this part where he gives, this is the reality check. Everybody listen to this part very carefully because this is basically, there's not too much more after this. He says, some people, their goal is a marathon. Some people, it's a 5K. Some people, it's walking with their kids. Some people, it's just walking into a pool. That might be their marathon. And he's looking at her saying that just walking into a pool is the equivalent of a marathon for you. That's what he's saying. Listen.
Size and form and different diagnoses that come in here, and they have different goals, whether it be marathons, 5K, just walking with their kids, feeling safe. Just talking with a patient yesterday. They want to be able to go to Galveston, walk in and out of the water without not feeling pain or efficient. And so practicing mechanically what is different about an incline versus a decline or unstable surfaces and what changes mechanically is super important for them. And they want to be able to do that with their friends on Thanksgiving. So like for them, that's their marathon.
yeah.
That's their marathon. That's their marathon. He's saying to you, that is your marathon. He's telling her that's their marathon, but he's really talking about her. He can't say it to her because she's a paying client or this video is going to go on the internet. So he doesn't want to look impolite, but he's basically saying to her, just walking is your marathon. And if you could do that, you need to consider that an accomplishment. And what does she say in response when he tells her that? When he tries to give her a reality check and he tries to lower her expectations. What does she say in response? Let's hear it.
And we're going to crush it and take names and kick butt for that thing.
I'm sorry if I'm like getting teary-eyed. It's not intentional, but it's just like that was me like a year ago. And
that was her a year ago. That was her a year ago. Didn't she just show us that she can't walk? She just showed us that she cannot run. She could barely walk unaided. She's claiming that she has spent the last year improving her physical shape, and that's not her anymore. Is it possible to be more delusional? She claims the other day when that woman said to her, "Nice job." And she was like, "It's like she thought it was my first day." This guy also thought it was your first day. He's a professional, and he also thinks it's your first day, Anna. So maybe it might as well be your first day.
It just gives me hope that there's like still so much more. Because sometimes you wonder like, okay, I've been at this for a year, which I know technically a year is not a long time, but like it feels like a long time.
Agreed, Freedom Deep. I went into this thinking that they were just going to be some BS place and they were just going to fill her head with nonsense. But they did the total opposite. They gave her an absolute reality check. They said, you can't walk. Running a 5K, just going up and down an incline. That is your marathon.
And I think this is just coming at the perfect time for me to like just keep moving forward, because this does, especially with getting on that treadmill, feels a little bit impossible. And I have more doubts.
It feels a little, didn't she just run a mile? Isn't this the person who just said she ran a mile? We're going to watch the beginning. This is almost over. We're about to say goodbye. We're going to watch that one more time real quick.
They did coming into this.
More heavily edited footage.
So I think the reason a lot of plus size people don't exercise, or at least don't consistently exercise, is like we get fed like unrealistic expectations of what should be achievable on.
You know who gives unrealistic expectations of what should be achievable? You give unrealistic expectations of what's unreasonable. You're the one. You're the reason. You are telling people that a set of lunges is your warm up when you can't even do one. You're telling people that you ran a mile when you can't barely even walk a quarter mile. Your lies are why people who are plus size have unrealistic expectations. Because if they talk to anybody healthy, they would be given very realistic expectations. It's only watching your fictional channel, your channel of edited BS, that gives people unrealistic expectations. And now she wants to blame somebody else. Well, I think the reason why overweight people don't exercise is because society gives them unrealistic expectations. Go to hell.
So I think the reason a lot of plus size people don't exercise, or at least don't consistently exercise, is like we get fed like unrealistic expectations of what should be achievable on your first time.
You are the one feeding them.
When someone presents something as like an easy at-home workout, or like a simple step, right?
An easy at-home workout. Does anybody remember the video I did last week where she did her, quote, easy beginner's workout that she couldn't even finish herself? Does anybody remember that? Her easy beginner's workout that she couldn't finish herself. She has that video still up on her channel. What did she just say?
On your first time. You get fed like unrealistic expectations of what
was
should
that?
don't consistently exercise. It's like we get fed like unrealistic expectations of what should be achievable on your first time. And I think when someone presents something as like an easy at-home workout, or like a simple step, right? And then you take that step and it's really fucking hard and you can't do it. You're incapable
I'm angry.
of
I really
completing
am.
what's supposedly easy. That puts a like mindset. It creates a mindset that like you are so far behind that it's impossible, that you can't even do the easy workout. So I just hate in general the idea of like easy workouts. And
She hates that. Didn't she literally just publish a video called an easy at-home beginner's workout? And she hates the idea of easy workouts, but her quote easy workout she couldn't even complete. Her
I think
own
we should
easy
talk
workout.
more about the fact that like big changes take a long time. They don't just happen from like 3 workouts. They don't
Not
just
the only thing
happen
inflated.
from showing up for a month or a couple months. Like I was saying when I was watching this, I was like, it was literally last week, and it's been almost 9 months at this point of me working out at least 3 times a week.
She still sticks by that lie. She still sticks by that lie that she's worked out 3 times a week for 9 months, but she can't use a treadmill. She can barely use a treadmill.
I just now start to feel like it's a habit, and I just now start to not feel exhausted. And that's not.
This is a lie. She's still lying. The guy literally told her to her face that she's crazy, and she's still being delusional.
Right? Like, that's not a couple weeks. And the more I do this, the more I work on my physicality and just like a lot of my health choices, the more I realize that it's like, it is sold to us as something easy to fix, and it isn't.
But who is the person doing that? CoPilot. You and that stupid app CoPilot are the people telling others it's easy when it's not. I'm telling you how hard it is, but I'm also telling you it's possible. You're telling people it's easy, and then you're showing them it's impossible. You're the worst thing you could possibly do for anybody who wants to be healthy.
Not.
So when we are running, you actually do a very...
So apparently there's going to be a second video, and she's going to do an actual session of trying to exercise with these people. It's not going to last. It's not going to last. But just to refresh our memory, the woman who just cried and talked about how she doesn't like unrealistic expectations, telling people it's going to be easy. Let's see what she said at the beginning of the video.
You know, I thought I was going to come out here and I was going to run like a quarter of a mile, and here I just did a mile. So my body just constantly impresses me and surprises me, and it is such an exciting thing. It's just really...
All right. I think on that we can end it. This is an absolute show. Yeah, I can't anymore, Jarella. It's all lies. It is all crap. It is all a show. Okay. But I'll say this. I don't know their full credentials. I don't know their full story, but they were honest. They told her the truth. That's what it was. They told her the reality. They said to her, look, you can't even walk. So I'll say that they gave me a good impression. They made a very good impression on me. All right, folks, let's send you over to Hannibal tonight. He's going to be doing a panel. To be fair, I'm a little bit tired to jump on his panel, but I will go on there, and I do want to hang out and at least watch it. So let me post the link to his channel in here real quick. And you folks, I will see you over there in just a moment. Yeah, this video was great. And I'm glad that I have these as a record, because I think these are all going to be deleted at some point. I think she's going to delete all of these videos because this is absolute proof of her lying. I don't know what else there is even to say. Okay, everybody. Well, anyway, check out Hannibal. Go have a good night. I will see you over there in just a minute. Thank you for coming by. And next week, we're going to be discussing memberships. I'm finally going to be opening them back up. Have a good night, Emperor Shavinin. Have a good night, Nirvana. Thank you very much, Nutty. You have a good night as well. Oh, very welcome, Freedom Deep. I'm glad you liked it. I got a little bit angry at the end, but I was angry. To be honest, I really am angry. I'm genuinely angry at the thought of her BSing people and people getting hurt listening to this woman. I really don't like it. And her making money off of it. Her making money off of other people getting hurt. I really dislike it. Geez. All right. Oh, you are a PT. Mouse toes. Well, there you go. There you go. By the way, Mouse toes, you're more than welcome to share your opinion. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm glad we're in agreement, because that makes me feel like I know a little something. Yeah, bye, everyone. Good night. Good night. See you. Go check out Hannibal. I will see you in just a bit. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. And if you enjoyed the show, please leave a comment if you're watching the replay. And everyone, have a wonderful night. I will see you around.